Okay, you took that away. What's going on now? Where are we?
I don't know where we are.
Hang on, up here. I took the wrong thing away. Hang on. Yeah, it's
Well,
going
do my goal one too, since the other two.
Hey, everybody, how's it going? Welcome to jealous guy there. Talking Habs and Don't Pug with Media. We are going to do Game 4 of Toronto and Florida, and go Florida. To do that with me, I got my co-host, and Matt's going to join us after. Don't know when.
He's on
from Hybro Nation is Goosey, and that's Cam. And beside me there from Flyra Gonna Flyra is Alex.
Almost got.
Don't say hi.
See, Rick, at least I'm on time. At
least that.
Almost does.
A low bar, but okay.
Why is he so grumpy today? Rick, talk to us.
You know why. Anyway, we're not going to talk about it. All right. So we got this. I don't even know where to go here. We got this game tonight. It's Game 4. The Leafs are up 2-1 on the Panthers. And hopefully the Panthers, being at home tonight, can tie it up. That's what I want to see anyway. Do not want to.
That's what everyone here wants to see.
Don't want to see the Leafs go on. That's for sure. I don't have much here. I don't have much prepared. Let's go see who's here, and then we'll go from there. By the way, if you are here, say hi. It's going to get better. Don't worry about it. And especially if Panthers win tonight, it's really going to get a lot better. I think they will, personally. I think they're going to even it up. And I think this series is going to go 7 games.
I can agree with that at this point. I think Toronto had their opportunity to stomp on their throats last game. They didn't do it. They had 2 breakaways towards the end of Game 3 in overtime. Bobrovsky stood tall, made some big saves in that one. Marchand, of all people, go figure, had the game winner off of a deflected shot. So I got to say, Florida, you got to take advantage of that and build off the momentum of that Game 3 win. They've got to be. They got to start hot. They got to start strong. They got to start hot. They can't. I have to say, I know Florida gave up the first goal and won last game, but I think it's very important for Florida to build off that momentum and get the first goal in this game to show that they suddenly are starting to turn the tide of this series.
Yeah, I don't know that I disagree with that, but it's Toronto. Toronto can choke. Toronto does not know. They're a better team. There's no doubt. But they still don't have that killer put a series away. I don't know if it's attitude or whatever. They've got a good coach for that in Berube, but I don't know. They weren't able to put away the Senators. Same thing. Now they did it in Game 5, so maybe they're gonna win this game and go on to win Game 5. I don't know, but I hope not. Well, I got to say.
I guess.
All right, let's see who's here.
Do we know who's the referees tonight? Because did you guys see the stat on Twitter that the Leafs are 0-9 or 0-8 in games involving Wes McCauley?
McCauley won't ref this game. They never go back-to-back in the same series.
Yeah, just give me a second. I will tell you. The refs tonight are – wait a second. Why don't they have them? Okay, it's going to be Chris Rooney and Graham Skilleter. Skilleter is horrible. That's all I can say.
It's not like Chris Rooney's any better.
Yeah, but Skilleter, it was horrible, at least for the Habs. I hate that guy. All right, so Phil says, he's early. I guess Gallagher, we don't need to give this score. And I'm not doing that tonight. So, I mean, you can give it if you want. But Matthews, you know what? Matthews having a better playoffs as far as point production. He's actually got a little bit of it. Am I right?
It's his two-way game that's significantly improved in this playoffs. I mean, he's relying more on Nylander, Nyes, and Marner to get the job done. But
you saying he's maturing? You saying he's maturing?
I mean, talks twice a day. But in this case, I think.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. His game is maturing a little bit. They all are. I mean, it is a better Leafs team. I don't want to say that, but it's the truth. So
I will say this. William Nylander, as I've said in our chat before, if we had the Conn Smythe voting today, would be second, in my opinion, in the league right now. He is dynamite. The only guy ahead of him is Rantanen out in Dallas.
Yeah, and you know what? Rantanen got another goal, at least one today.
Another goal and 2 assists, another 3-point game.
Yeah, to me, I don't know. Rantanen's got to be leading.
Oh, he's the leader. Yes.
Yeah.
I said Nylander's too, though.
Yeah, oh, it's true. You did say that. Okay, let's see who else is here. Phil also says 4-3 for the Jerks. Okay. They're both jerks. I don't know which team you mean. You kind of got to specify which jerks you're talking about.
In 10 games, Mikko Rantanen has 9 goals and 9 assists, 18 total points.
In the playoffs.
That is
good. Insane? And that's playoffs, right? Regular season, that's good. It's great. In the playoffs, that's even more,
You're showing up when it matters the most.
Guru.
I mean, if Mikko Rantanen makes it to the final, even if they lose, but he keeps up with this point production, I mean, you could argue he would win the Conn Smythe, unless it's against Toronto, in which case Nylander is also, I think, in that running for Toronto.
Fair.
Renegade Man 0-10 with him. Who's what?
Macaulay, I think he meant.
Who?
Macaulay.
Oh, okay.
The lid.
5 minutes for fighting. That guy. 3 goals in 19 games. Yikes. Or yeah, Matt Pukes is awesome. I mean, his game is more than just scoring, and especially in the playoffs, I would imagine, no? He's a shit disturber. Take you off your game. Matthew Nyes makes $900K, has 5 goals, and they were mostly clutch goals. I mean, he's on the last year of his ELC? He's going to be making a lot more than $900K on his first contract. Hey, Bruce. Can't believe I've been rooting for Toronto. I can't believe it either. I can't. I mean, if you're going to sit here and say, well, I want it to be in Canada. I mean, I don't mind if it's in Canada, but I don't root for the other Canadian teams for any other reason, any other time. Why am I doing that tonight? And especially not for the Leafs.
I don't know, Rick, but I think it's just because you love the sport of hockey and for no other reason whatsoever.
And I don't like the other teams in Canada as well as the United States. So why am I going to go, well, I'm going to root for the Leafs? No, I'm not.
The real reason is Rick wants the Habs to be the first Canadian team to break the curse.
No, but listen, if a Canadian team wins it other than the Leafs, I'll be happy for them. I'm not rooting for them.
Fair.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And that's
Can we talk about what happened in that Edmonton-Vegas game last night? That was one of the most insane deflections I've ever seen in my life.
I missed the.
Leon Draisaitl's got to be kicking himself this morning.
I missed that. I still sort of saw. I haven't seen the replay, but I saw photos. Listen, that happens in hockey. It happens. Where was the goalie? Where was Skinner? I heard he was way out of his net. Or that they pulled him.
Bizarre.
I missed it for some reason. I missed it. I was watching it. I had the game on anyway, on and off watching it. Carolina, they're jerks too. Yeah. They have the odds. They're the odds-on favorite right now to win the cup, right? Carolina?
Believe so, yes, at this moment.
Go Brad Marchand. Yeah, I mean, listen, that's probably the first time maybe ever I was cheering for Marchand, to be honest with you. That goal. All right. We're getting there. Bruce says, never root for the Panthers after what's been said about Canada. Someone in Washington who was elected by the majority of America. I get it. Believe me, I do. But it's the Leafs we're talking about. I'm not cheering for them. I don't care for what. I'm not. That's all. You guys do what you want to do. I don't care. I'm not cheering for them. So,
You can't make me.
you cannot make me. Okay. Should the Leafs pay Matthew Nyes or Marner?
Nice. Marner's going to be too expensive. I've already penciled in his pocket for this.
You can get Matthew Nyes for about what?
8. He'll be 8 now.
Yeah. No, that kid's going to be like, I know Marner's good, all that stuff. But I think, I sign Nyes. You don't let Nyes go anywhere.
Yandel is a friggin' horn guy, drum hitter. That's pretty cool. I like Yans. Even though he was part of the Kevin Hayes boys club, even though I had no ill will against Kevin Hayes. I like Kevin Hayes too, but it was just that era of Flyers hockey we played.
Bruce, I'm not going to put that comment up just because I don't really want to go there tonight with all that stuff. So I get where you're coming from. That's good, but we're not going there tonight. Get Crosby. I'd love it.
Crosby
on Keith Yandel. Can you guys remind me that he was the player that they healthy scratched, right? When he was like shy of like 1,000 games or something. Like who was like, because he was the league Iron Man for quite some time.
Who are we talking about?
Keith Yandel.
Yeah.
Yes. And he was healthy scratched by Mike Yeo in Philly.
Yeah.
I don't care. He scratched him just at a poor play at that point.
Buddy, you don't do that to a guy that was about to play.
He already broke the record, didn't he?
Yeah, but 1,000 straight games? Hell, come on, man. Like,
hey, listen, whether you think it was ethical or not, the guy was trying to have his team win, and at that point, Keith Yandel was pretty much unplayable.
I'll show you what's ethical. Don't you worry about it.
Hang on, I just want to say to Bruce, don't worry about it. Don't have to be out, but it's fine. Just we're not going to talk about it tonight. That's all.
I don't know what it is. The stream on my TV is about 13 seconds behind where last time they played was.
Phil says 2 firsts, 2 seconds, one of their own. Give them Dobish, Kapanen, Struble, take back Letang, and Crosby. And Phil, you're nuts.
Ouchies. I'm telling you one thing, Crosby is not moving this year. If he's moving, it'll be his last year of his career at the trade deadline. It won't be mid-season. Mid-off-season, I should say.
No, I tend to agree with that. I mean, I don't think Crosby's going anywhere. But that's too much. That's way too much. I'm sorry. That's just too much.
What was the deal? Hold on. Let me read the...
Got your team. Might as well just give him Suzuki, too.
That's what it would probably. It'd be something. I don't think it'll be quite that much. It'd be something close to that to get him. You're gonna have to send a haul.
Here's what he said: 2 firsts, 2 seconds, Dobish, Kapanen, Struble, Letang, and get Letang and Crosby.
That probably would be enough, but I don't think
that. Yeah, I was gonna say that's pretty fair for Crosby. You give them a goaltender.
It's too much to give up, though. You're too many guys going, and to me that's too much. In my opinion, it's too much. All right, we got a game going here, by the way.
Not only that, Crosby's got 2 years left.
He starts that.
You gonna do that for 2 years of Crosby?
Yeah, maybe 3. He might sign.
Realistically, I think Crosby is next year, the year after, and then he's done.
Doesn't matter though. That's the problem. If you're in win now mode, which Montreal does not need to be. That is the unfortunate price you're going to have to pay for a player like that.
No, I agree. I absolutely agree. But the thing is, I don't even think Crosby's going to want to move right now.
It's not that but that's just too much to give up to get anybody. That's in my opinion. That's my opinion. I don't know.
Who is that penalty on?
They traded for have you seen trades recently?
Now,
Chuck chip one up high, and Florida's getting an early power play.
Power play, Florida. Domi going off for a high stick.
Toronto penalty number 11, 2 minutes high stick.
Yeah, I've had that happen. Doesn't feel good.
Nope. There's a reason why there's a podcast called Spittin' Chicklets.
Bill, you're absolutely fine to have that. I have no problem with that. Just
we're
not talking about it here, and I'm not cheering for the Leafs. I don't give a fuck. I'm not cheering for the Leafs. Put a gun to my head.
That just went wide.
I'm not cheering for the Leafs.
Barkov.
Hey, Charles. How's Charles doing? Nassau,
Barkov gets it over to
Bahamas.
To Chuck, to
Good to see
Reinhardt.
you out there,
Reinhardt
Charles.
back to Jones, to Barkov. Shot blocked. Puck out the zone.
Smash them. Free subs. Free subs. Am I giving away free subs? Besides,
There goes Barkov. Kicks it up to the point. Verhage, shot block. Puck loose out in front and clear.
Don't smash the sub. You gotta eat one of those. Don't smash it.
Hit that like, comment, subscribe button, please. We all appreciate it. The Don't Puck with Media family and at Talking Habs, too.
This is what Phil says. It's legendary. You do whatever it takes, then you take
Marchand kicks it around.
the money and
Is
jersey
that
sales
Rodriguez?
and buy the Penguins.
Bennett loses it back to Marchand. Marchand back to Bennett. Bennett pass over, deflection wide. Marchand back with the puck. 1T wide.
We're getting play-by-play tonight.
Gets it to Ekblad. Ekblad back to Bennett, to Schmidt, to Ekblad. Ekblad with the puck. Back to the point. To Schmidt. Rister just goes wide. Ekblad gets it back to the point to Schmidt.
It's hard to have any
Working it
conversation.
around. Schmidt. Rister just wide again. Ekblad gets the puck off the left board. And Toronto will take it up, skate it, and pretty much clear it. And that'll do it for the power play. Florida, I believe, had 2 shots on it.
BL, it just shows you my progression. Asking me to cheer for the Leafs is too much, okay? Too much.
Too damn much. Here's a bid for the Leafs. Riley.
Didn't Verhage just get re-signed? I don't think Verhage's
available. Yes. Yeah, Verhage's not going anywhere. He just
he ain't going anywhere.
Or
he was starting to get Justin Williams vibes to me, but he's been struggling this year.
And listen, we have a team. We got young guys. They need to get spots. Going and trading for wingers right now. We don't need wingers. We need, unless Verhage's the center, and I don't know that.
A much more solid start to the game for Florida.
Oh,
he's on the bench.
Nine's hurt.
That's going to be huge.
Nice is hurt.
He's standing around the walkway. I don't know. He might just be getting a repair.
I hope it's not serious, but he misses the game.
I hope it's not serious, but I hope he doesn't come back.
He doesn't come back for the game.
Getting something repaired. I don't know if it's his skate or it's his leg.
Look, they got a saw. Look, there was a saw. They're going to cut his ankle off, his foot off at the ankle.
Oh.
He's done. What happened there?
Rick goes from, I hope it's not serious, but he misses the game, to he's going to cut his ankle off.
Yeah, Matt Norton medicine.
I don't really, Matt Norton medicine. Nordy's freaking diagnosis. The guy would be like, he has 5 concussions and he's having a heart attack right now.
He's getting a new.
But he also has a stub toe, and that's why he's hurt.
He's getting a new skate blade. Amputate. Yes.
Florida taking it up ice.
Guy. Oh my God, big hit. See, this is where I think Florida is going to outbeat Toronto. The physicality. I don't think they're physically built to last like Florida is.
Like I said, I think the Berube system, even if they're not as physical as Florida, and I don't think anyone is in the entire league, if we're going to be perfectly honest. But Berube has them playing a smart defensive style, and their goaltending has been better. Although, I will say, with Anthony Stolarz now currently out from the Game 1 injury, Joseph Woll needs to step it up. He's been having an under 900 save percentage in the games he's played so far. So
and that you can't have.
I mean,
no, you cannot. Oh, shot. Is that block, save, rebound? Oh, that just went high.
And it might be why in the last game they were throwing everything in third period, everything at
Jones
once.
to Barkov, back to Jones.
I think we're all on 3 different wavelengths.
Mine's the
Golden
better
chance indeed.
No, Stolarz was diagnosed with a double concussion, correct?
It
Yes.
wasn't an official diagnosis, but based off of like what we were seeing on social media, that was the belief.
Because if that's the case, he might have a high probability of post-concussion syndrome. Which
Yeah, he's not coming
He's
back.
not coming
anytime
back.
soon.
He's not coming back. Probably for the playoffs.
Yeah, you don't. That's something you don't want to fuck around with.
No.
Especially a double concussion, which can be fatal if not treated properly.
Yes.
correct.
Yeah, that's and the fact that he was apparently vomiting on the bench, that's a sign of it. That's a good sign. Or it was like
What the hell
serious
was
like
that? There was he trying to play kickball with the damn puck? Look at this.
Reinhardt's got to make that. Oh, I'd say that was a bad angle. No, I'll give him a break.
Yeah, look at the angle.
Oh no,
he just missed. What do you
go
mean? You do better.
It's an empty net.
Yeah, that's a tough shot to make. I thought it was a
That was
better
an empty
angle
net.
shot.
What?
than that.
He's 2 feet from the freaking net.
That wasn't
And
an
you only
empty
had
net.
about 2 inches of net to shoot at.
And
it
right, the angle.
So,
Oh my God, Helen Keller could have made that shot.
no, Helen Keller isn't even locating the puck. She's going to skate right into the boards and get cussed herself.
No, it could be one of those beeping pucks.
Oh.
She know exactly where it is.
He said a beeping puck.
It's a beeping pup.
This dude just said Helen Keller can make. I'll be right back. I'm getting a drink.
I think he says, I know in the NHL. Oh, we got another. Look, hang on a sec there, Mr. Eric. What we got? Eric.
What's up, boys?
How's it going, man?
Oh shit! Hey, he fixed his mic. What's up, my handsome fella?
Yeah, your mic's better.
I just adjusted the volume on it. But I don't understand because before, like since I've been using this mic, it was never an issue. Now all of a sudden, like,
yeah,
I don't know.
That's
weird.
electronics for you, man.
Yeah.
So you're okay? Your wife's not gonna want to divorce
Oh,
because you're doing this
got
on Mother's
home, we
Day?
put the kids to bed and everything. And
Awesome,
now,
good.
Oh, perfect time it is, Eric.
So we're all
I
good.
went to go pour myself a glass of apple juice, and one of her nieces saw the drink and was like, "What is that? Pee?"
Yeah. What did you get the right bottle? What if it's
It's
not?
just apple juice.
Nice. Another apple juice drinker.
Might have
All right.
once been apple juice and been run through somebody's bladder. Looks the same.
I mean, you're not wrong, but this isn't pee.
It's apple pee.
You gotta get like
I
the more
don't know
natural.
What the hell I just heard? It's
What?
apple pee.
Apple
Right.
pee. The
Right when
restaurant.
Rick said
Hey.
that, I just imagined myself
I know
looking
apple
into
peas,
nothingness
but
at the
apple
fucking
peas.
symbol.
I need a minute. I need a minute.
You ever heard of apple peas? Come on down to apple peas.
Applebee's has some of the worst food I've ever had. Just throwing
Yeah,
that
because
out.
it's made with pea.
Oh, you want
But
a
you
really
do-
good Applebee story?
What?
I
Applebee's
went-
food is such garbage.
I just want to put this out there that our viewership went up the second we started talking about pee. I don't know if that has anything to do with us or the fact that our crowd might have,
Water sports.
I blame Rick.
Hey, listen, it's a sport.
Apple pea is a sport?
No, water sports.
I started this conversation just because I said that I went to go grab apple juice.
It's your fault. You see?
Anyway, Panthers taking it up nice. Rodriguez gets it back. Markov, no.
No, don't.
Oh, what a
play-by-play.
hit! Was
When
that
you do
Marchand?
play-by-play? We can't
That
talk.
was a nice hit by Marchand.
Just update like the shots. It's 5-3. The shots on goal. I can't talk tonight.
Shots
For
up
Florida,
5-3 Florida.
We're almost 8 minutes in. To the
That was a
first.
beauty of a hit by
And
Marchand.
no score.
0-0.
I think
my
Biel's in love
God.
with the Tanevs.
Hmm.
And that is icing.
Bruce, you can't have players with concussions in the game. No, they don't allow that, first of all. Slinksy, I'm not sure what the minimum in the NHL is it's not 4 weeks. I know that.
Say that again?
A concussion, it's not that you're out a minimum 4 weeks.
You're at a minimum a week.
1 week, yeah.
Right. It's a minimum of a week. That's right. I
I
knew there
think
was a
the
minimum, but it wasn't
NHL
4.
I think the NHL has the same 5-day concussion protocol that the NFL has.
Yeah, they go into concussion protocol, and then it's based on symptoms, I think, after day 3.
They have like 5 steps you have to complete before you.
Yeah.
But at least the NFL acknowledges CTE, don't they?
not as much as you think. They're trying to make the game safer, but they also at the same time say, "Oh yeah, there's no proof." Well, I won't say they don't say there's no proof, but they also try to like stay away from concussion talk.
Yeah, but they acknowledge it. Where the NHL doesn't really acknowledge that CTE, and the NHL's like the games.
Bettman's got his head stuck up his own ass when it comes to that.
Yeah.
I still don't get that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, at this point, I don't know if it's just like a legal thing where it's like maybe they can't because they just open up themselves to so much more.
Well, that's why they don't want to. They don't want to do that because it does kind of open themselves up to paying out money to these guys.
Yeah, exactly. It'll lead to lawsuits and all that. Why don't they at least just plead the fifth?
No, acknowledge it. You made a ton of money off of these guys' injuries.
Anyway, let's see who's got the puck.
Set up a fund where it's invested. Pays for itself. Right? You set up a fund where it's money's invested and then it pays for itself. And these guys can get money at least. Especially the older players who didn't make this kind of money these guys do. And then guys that are on making league minimum. You know, they deserve something like a little more than what they've got. Yeah, guy's making $10 million a year. Okay, he's got the money. It's not a problem.
I kind of like Nate Schmidt's game. I think he's a very underappreciated defenseman.
I find Nate Schmidt's very hit or miss. He's either really good or really bad.
Yeah, he's been decent for Florida this playoffs, I think. I've said his name a lot already in the first couple minutes.
I don't know. It's hard when you can't hear anything, but that's fine. I'm not complaining about that, but I don't know who everybody is. And it's a bit of a blurry picture, or it's my eyes. I don't know.
You have blurry eyes.
I got blurry eyes.
Florida has definitely outplayed Toronto, though, in the early stages of this game. Ooh, that was a good hit by someone.
Yeah,
I don't
somebody.
know who that was. And they called a penalty, yep.
McMahon with the penalty.
Yep, that may have been a cross-check. I just said it was a good hit, but it may not have been legal.
It was on Verhaeghe, speaking of it. But I couldn't tell what he hit him with, but he hit him hard.
I think it was a cross-check.
Must have been.
Let's take a look at this.
Boom. Oh, no. Is that shoulder? Oh, there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they'll call it boarding?
Yeah.
Yeah, boarding.
That's it. Yeah.
I thought he got him with the stick at first quick view, but no, it's a board.
Wait, are you guys sure that wasn't embellishment on Verhaeghe?
Oh, yeah.
Clear embellishment. Clearly. He dove right into the board.
That was the most ridiculous freaking call I've ever seen in my entire life.
I haven't seen
the call they just made?
Really.
What was wrong with the call?
When Scott Laughton boarded Verhaeghe, and Verhaeghe got called for embellishment, I'm like, what?
Oh.
I love lots, but that was definitely a bad embellishment call for sure. That definitely was an embellishment. I think the whole world can agree with that. Yeah. Even Biz came to Twitter saying it was not an embellishment call.
I just don't understand how you embellish that. Like it's like you clearly got cross-checked on the numbers. You fall forward. Like what did he embellish? I don't get it.
Ooh, that was a big hit.
That was a big one there. That was Benoit on somebody.
That one was clean though. I don't think he got him with the elbow.
No call, that's for sure.
That was a good hit. Oh, Bennett getting to the puck. Nope. We need the Florida goal horn so we can play it when Florida scores, if they score. Oh, Schmidt to Marchand. Marchand gets it back to Schmidt. Schmidt rips it high. Ekblad back with the puck. 33 seconds to go on the power play. Ekblad taking it up, dumps it in. Race the puck. Rodriguez gets a stick on it, but it goes behind the net. Good save, and Schmidt keeps it in for now. Gets it to Bennett. Bennett's got some room, makes a move, but it's poked away. Brought back to the boards. Works it around. Ekblad to Marchand to Bennett. Block. Bennett back to Schmidt. To Ekblad. Nope. Wait a minute. Ekblad gets it back. Looks over to Bennett. Bennett to Schmidt. Schmidt back to Ekblad. Good pass. Shoots. Oh, good save.
Yeah, good movement and good save.
Yeah, good puck movement. Better save by Joseph Wall. That was probably his best one of the game so far. Penalty over. Shots 9-3 in favor of Florida, but still scoreless early on. Yeah, Walls had a good start to the game. I have to give him his flowers early.
Well, he hasn't been really bad all series.
No,
I don't know.
But his
like,
save percentage is low.
Yeah, I think that's a better way to put it.
It's a low save percentage in the playoffs. Although, listen, the save percentages have come down, so it's not like horribly low. So maybe he can survive with that for the second round. But the farther you get into the playoffs,
they showed Calvin Pickard in his numbers, like he was playing impressive for Edmonton. They were showing him off. I remember on TSN he had an 892 save percentage. I'm like, are we serious?
For Pickard, that's good.
So good. For Calvin Pickard. Yeah, you know what? That's a fair point, Rick. For Calvin Pickard standards, that's like A quality.
Right.
Calvin Pickard was part of the legendary 8-flyer goalie rotation of 2018-19. Never forget.
Dude, what do you mean? That's better than Hellebuck's numbers right now. Like,
yeah, that's true. That's crazy with Hellebuck.
They're just like, oh, an 892, that's shit. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I think Hellebuck is like an 8.
Oh, no one's defending how Hellebuck has played in these playoffs. That's for sure.
And I think Bobrovsky's an 875 or something like that.
That's what I mean. But it's true that goalie numbers are down, like about 10 points is about the average from 910. Now, if you're at 900 or a little bit above, you're good. So if you're an 897 or you're not that far off,
No, I don't know.
No, I was good. But I guess nobody knows that.
I have ice cream.
So you know, want to hear a funny story of ice cream? So I got this coupon. There's a company here called Chapman's. They make really good ice cream. So I saw this thing on the internet. Okay, I'll get a coupon. They finally sent it to me. I go to the store and it happens to be on sale. So I said, I'll buy 2. And with the coupon, I'm paying next to nothing. So I forgot to use the coupon though. And I got these 2 huge things of ice cream. But it's good stuff. Black cherry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, cherry. I think it's black cherry. Anyway, yeah, cherry. I love it.
I am a very simple man when it comes to ice cream. Give me my chocolate chip ice cream and I'm happy.
I'm good. Chocolate Ripple, chocolate, but I like cherry as well. They only had like 3 flavors. One was pistachio, which I'm not, and vanilla, which is too bland, and they had the cherry, and I love cherry. So
a close second is chocolate chip cookie dough, but chocolate chip. I'm simple. I'm an easy, simple man and be happy with ice cream.
Fudge Ripple.
Actually,
I don't need that much. I don't need that much diabetes in a cone.
I went to the grocery store the other day and I found strawberry drumsticks. I was so fucking happy.
Ice cream or a drumstick?
Yeah. No, drumstick? Like the drumsticks?
Yes.
Like in Shorzy, the sticks?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Strawberry.
Okay, that's what I mean. The drumstick, but not ice cream. With
the ice cream on the inside was strawberry.
Yeah, okay. Because it could be an ice cream that's the flavor is strawberry drumstick. That's what I'm saying.
I got a story. Hold on, gentlemen. I got a story. This reminded me of something when I was working in the supermarket like long ago. I think this is maybe back in like 2010, maybe 2011, something like that. I used to be a cashier at a supermarket, and sometimes they'd have me like stand up front when it was a little busier too to direct people to what aisles to go to or what cashier to go
greeter. We call that a greeter.
Yeah, greeter. That's what it was. But I mainly did cashier. I was head cashier, actually.
I could see you in the apron stand. I could see you
doing that. Bitch.
But shut your face hole, Cam. So anyway, this guy comes up to me, and I remember he was short as hell, and he just comes up to me and goes, "Excuse me, sir, I have a question for you." I'm like, "Yeah, sure. What can I do for you?" He goes, "I'm looking for this particular favor. Do you have sweaty balls?"
Oh, God, the sweaty
What?
balls.
He goes, "Yes. Do you
Sweaty
have
balls.
sweaty balls?"
It's from Saturday Night Live.
And I'm looking at him, I was like, "What in the hell are you talking about?"
Saturday
Sweaty
Night
balls,
Live. It's an old skit.
The dessert, sweaty balls. I was like, and I'm just looking around like, I need a lifeline here. Someone help me. This woman who sees me talking to him comes up to me, who's like, "Sir,
Good save.
he's referring to an ice cream flavor. It's called sweaty balls." I was like,
No,
"Wait,
come on.
really?"
There's
And he goes,
really
"Yeah."
something like that?
Are you serious?
There's an ice cream flavor called sweaty balls.
Then it comes from a Saturday Night Live skit from like a long time ago.
Mm.
And it's from a skit. Look it up.
Oh yeah, that one's.
Hold on.
What's it? Oh man, now I'm blanking on his
It was
name.
Pete
Am I
Sweaty.
allowed
Pete
to show
Sweaty
a
and his
picture?
sweaty balls.
Can I show a picture real quick of the ice cream flavor? I just pulled it up
Yeah,
on Google.
go ahead.
Hold on. Let me pull it up.
Put it in the presenter invite click on that and file whatever file. Hang on.
All right, I'll save it. I'll make it
image
easy
file.
so we don't have to.
It'll come
all,
up in the center. Put it up. Click on presenter invite image file. Click on that, and it'll be right in the center.
Oh, okay. Let me save it real quick. Hold on. No,
Yeah.
at least.
You guys are really giving me some sweaty balls right now.
Listen, it doesn't take much to give you sweaty balls.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Here's a flavor.
Oh, it's from Ben and Jerry.
Yeah, it's spelled exactly like on Saturday Night Live.
Yes,
it is. It's from Saturday Night. It's from Saturday Night Live. Sweaty balls.
It was Alec Baldwin. Who's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, I think it was a very
Baldwin.
young Alec Baldwin, Jane Curtin, and Lorraine Newman doing that. I think.
That was fun.
To answer your question, Kelter, the answer is the Kansas City Royals. He's a Royals fan, so that's why I say that.
Where's
Sweaty balls?
No, but speaking of the Colorado Rockies, they are 7-33 this year in baseball.
Ooh.
They are on pace to lose more games than the White Sox who lost 121 last year.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
All that sweaty ball talk, Florida's got a power play.
Is there a Sam Adams beer commercial with sweaty balls? That says BL. Is that really? Is that a thing too?
Gets it over.
Or you just get sweaty balls when you drink Sam Adams?
The puck. Verhage. To Chuck.
Richard says we're in the playoffs right now. And hang on. And we won a championship in 2015. So you're a fan of? Who won in 2015?
Chicago?
The Royals.
You're talking about what?
He's talking about the Royals.
Oh, I was like, Chicago was 2015.
I brought up the Kansas City Royals earlier.
Okay, you're talking about baseball.
Oh, I was so confused.
There's no crying in baseball.
When he put... How do you guys all miss that? I came out and said when I visualized his comment.
Well, it's because the playoff threw me off. I was like, wait, what? Like, Chicago's not in the playoff.
Royals are in the playoff.
Chicago Blackhawks ain't going to be in the
Okay,
playoffs.
but in a playoff.
Oh, what a weird deflection that was. Oh, good keep. Marchand kicks it over, blocked. Oh, man.
If I had watched more of this so far, but Florida, they're getting the shots. I remember I said it earlier. They're throwing a lot of pucks at Wall.
I will say it helps they have 3 power plays too, but yes.
But still, I noticed it third period last game. They were throwing a lot of pucks at him from everywhere, just throwing pucks.
Oh yeah,
to see what what'll get through, and it worked.
Well, last game I felt like Toronto didn't even touch the puck in overtime. It just seemed like Florida was in the zone the whole time.
Yeah.
Look who we found.
What do we find?
That's here. But he's hiding behind the Florida
Has
Toronto
Matt been
picture.
fired?
Hang on. I didn't set that one up.
I'll
Yeah,
let
let me
I'm
set it
trying
up
to get
better.
a game feed. Don't mind me.
Let me set it up better. See Matt here. There, Matt. No, sort of.
Oh,
Wait, what are they looking at here? Was there? What are they discussing?
Why is Greer on that line?
Oh,
There we go.
Is that
Much
a delay
better.
game?
Ooh,
can you guys?
That might
You guys
be
can hear me,
another
right?
Toronto penalty.
We
Yep.
can hear you. Why wouldn't
Let's
we
see what they get.
hear
I think that's another Toronto penalty. I believe that's a delay game.
you? PL says, has Matt been fired? And there's Matt.
Talk over the glass.
Contract dispute.
That's the way of the game. Losers.
Oh, that's a delay game, and Florida's have a man advantage. It looks
Five over the
like.
glass. 2 minutes.
I love how OEL is trying to discuss that. I'm like, yo, bro, it was a good call.
OEL is
Nope.
bullshit.
Not good. No good. No.
Look at the bottom lip trick, and he's giving him. He
No.
just went.
Don't like it. Nope.
He just went.
No.
Nope, don't like it. Terrible call. It's against me. It's the Leafs, so I'm gonna cry.
Oh, no, that's Marner's job.
Hopefully, Florida can convert on this 2-man advantage.
Oh my God.
Out for how long?
No, you need to watch in the Hybrew one. You're not going to be ahead of us.
It was 2-man for 2 minutes, 2 seconds. It wasn't going to happen. 2 seconds. Yes!
Scores! It's Carter Verhage.
Yeah!
I held my tongue.
Florida 1-0 for Hagee.
Buries the one-timer. And the
Power play
Panthers
goal.
strike
That
hard.
did not take long.
Matt, I gotta give you
9
a call.
seconds?
You
9
give me a
seconds, I
second.
think.
Huh?
I have to give you a call. Mute your mic for a second.
Okay.
Oh, private.
Florida goal scored by number 23, Carter Verhage.
And we were talking about it earlier. Florida needed the first goal. They got the
Yes,
first
I
goal.
did. Assisted by number 16, Alexander Barkov, and number 19, Matthew Tkachuk.
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 I can't cheer for that guy either.
oh man.
Time of the goal, 15 minutes, 45 seconds.
It's not a last minute goal, but you never know. It could act kind of like one near the end of the period like that. And if they get some momentum out of this, which maybe they do, and they can pop another one, yes, sir. That would be awesome.
Yeah, they are really badly getting outshot.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
yeah.
had
Toronto's
four
been in the
goals,
box.
So that's definitely part of it. But
Well, I think they discovered last game that that's what they need to do. They got to throw a lot of pucks at the net against Toronto. Keep them on their heels, and strong forecheck. And it seems to be what they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it?
And force them to choke because you could kind of do that with Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto's taken 4 penalties this period, so you got to figure like that.
Yeah, that's true too.
there's going to be a call going Toronto's way, though, soon. You know that. Law of
Oh,
averages.
it's coming. There's a makeup call coming soon.
That's
Or a
right.
makeup, but there's a.
Hey, Matt.
You're getting beaten up.
Okay, everyone's talking over each other.
Thanks, Dad.
Room for the Cats. No
Or the
question.
Queefs. Queefs are okay.
You're
Nothing wrong with Queefs.
We're rooting for the
I
Cats
think
here.
they're
We want Toronto to lose.
What the hell did you just say? There's no what?
Nothing wrong with Queefs. Just air.
You're alone in that one, Rick.
It's just air.
I think. Okay. What are we doing?
Grow up, gentlemen. Grow up.
This is a family-friendly show.
Who said it's a family show? Somebody was
Yeah,
swearing.
that's why
We're saying
you
fuck and fuck that. That's family friendly.
Listen, no one said the fuck word.
Yeah,
I
Alex
might have
did.
dropped it a couple.
Eric did. I did. So you're the only one that.
I don't recall.
Well,
Well, maybe not today, but I know I drop one every once in a while.
every once in a
I
while.
don't
You're
recall.
Canadian.
Eric,
You're
perfect.
Canadian. It's the law. You have to. Isn't it? As far as I know.
It's part of
I thought
our
it was the
culture.
law. Every adult has to have a swear word every third or fourth word.
Why do you swear so much? I don't know.
It's the law.
I don't know. Fuck, I just swear.
I don't fucking know why.
Watch your fucking mouth.
Oh, sorry.
Gentlemen,
If you have kids in the room, you shouldn't.
Y'all guys need like, I don't know, to check the testosterone levels or something. Like, what's going on here?
Hang on. So we're speaking of sweaty balls. Is that I can test that?
do we need to pull that image up again for the people who weren't here?
No, we don't want to see your sweaty balls.
Where'd the picture go? Oh, it doesn't work that way? Never mind.
Oh, it's there.
Where?
It's there.
Alex, I don't think I've met a more technologically inept individual outside of yourself.
No, listen. That is not. That is a lie. That is a lie. The only thing I have issues with is the stupid Google Drive. That's it.
Yeah, but I'm 62 and I have no trouble with Google Drive. You see, you can't even put it back properly.
All I did was remove it from the stage. I get yelled at for everything.
Gentlemen, you're both.
But you're used to that. That's what Nicole said.
Bullzito.
But no, listen. Nicole is at least fair. You yell at me for existing.
I couldn't resist. By the way, everybody, you notice my nice YouTube. That's the swag they gave me for taking the membership boot camp. That's what I got. Finally got it the other day. You know, actually, I like it. It's a good shirt. It's a champion, so it's a good one. Nice. I laughed when I saw how small the YouTube logo was.
Play button.
Yeah.
If you touch his tit, he suddenly plays 2 minutes worth of ads.
It's a little bit above. I'm 62. My tits aren't up here anymore. They're down here.
What the?
TMI,
Hey, listen.
What the hell, man? Like, I don't need to know about your man titties.
2.5 minutes to go in the first period, trying to get back on hockey sense. Oh, that shot just went wide as Lindell gets it up.
Rick, we're gonna get you the bro.
Well, at least someone.
Bro, that's what I need, man. I need a bro.
Oh, here's the chance for Florida. Nope. Dump and chase. Third line out for the Panthers, I believe. Final 2 minutes in the first period. 1-0 Cats still.
BL, no, I mean,
Chuck.
I don't really care about Marchand, to be honest with you. Kachuk, I don't.
There's a turnover.
No.
Verhaeghe had a chance point
Whatever.
blank, but couldn't handle the puck. That would have been a real good bid.
They just had another one too. Minute 29. Florida up 1-0 and really taking it to Toronto.
Yeah, no, Florida's definitely been the better team this period. No argument. Toronto's that stay out of the damn box. 4 penalties in the first period. That could be, he was close to committing an interference there.
I'm hoping the game 3, the win by Florida, that's the turn in the series. And I think
that's what I told you, Rick, off screen. It would be important for Florida. And it's a big.
Yes! It's Reinhardt just wide.
He got a piece of that, Naughty.
Oh, he
It
did?
didn't go wide. He got a piece of it.
It was kind of hard to tell.
It's not
Good
the best
bid for Reinhardt there, but good save by Wall.
It's the feed quality.
Oh my God, what a blast from the point. Carroll with the save.
Is this the video quality you guys watch the games at usually?
No, it's only better than this.
25 seconds to go in the period. Forsling works it around. Lindell behind the net. Oof. Lindell falls down.
Don't watch it.
I like that Lindell guy.
Last 10 seconds of the
That's
first
why-
period, Ekblad taking up 15
They have-
shot edge for Florida. 3.
Oh,
2. Whoa.
just sailed over the back of the net.
Whoa, big
I mean,
reverse.
we
there
are
at the end of
1-0
the period.
after 1 period of play. 1-0 Florida.
Well, nothing good, guys.
Yep. Wow, I mean, the good guys for tonight. Toronto's
Toronto
having
is having
trouble
trouble
breaking
breaking
the
the puck
puck up.
out. Bad news.
Mm.
Absolutely. Florida
Bad
has
news for Toronto is good news for me.
Florida has established their forecheck well tonight. They're using their body. They're being physical with them. Toronto's played like Toronto of prior years tonight. It's felt like early.
Good.
They're lucky it's only 1-0. He got that with the tip. Holy crap. That Reinhardt shot, he got that with the top of his stick.
Just the tip.
Just the tip, exactly.
Just
the
a tip. Don't fall for ladies.
Right,
Don't
Rick?
fall for that.
That was a good bid.
So,
I'm going on
okay.
my
So you
minute-
think Toronto? Because a lot of these games, first period, the second period is kind of different. You think Toronto has it in them to turn it around second period?
Well, they're going to play better than they were in last
Maybe.
period. You can't play
No,
much
yeah, for
worse.
sure. But again, I think it's gonna be tough. I think because the Panthers aren't gonna let up. They're still gonna be relentless.
Yeah.
Toronto's gonna have to try to start making something out of nothing. But
Mm.
I think they need to get the next goal. I feel like if the Panthers can get the next goal, it might just open the floodgates. You know what I mean? It just has that type of feel to it so far, with just how much the Panthers dominated that period.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, because Toronto's still in it. It's only a 1-goal game.
They got to get some shots, though.
But they just got to get out of that. They got to get past the neutral zone. It just seems like the second they get
Yeah.
out of that neutral zone, just the puck is turned over, and
Yeah.
Florida's coming right
that's
back
the
at them.
Panthers
So,
game. That's how Paul Maurice coaches. The second,
Right.
Toronto gets it past the red line, they're on them. And then that's just, I like that style. It's a good aggressive style. And until Toronto can figure it out, they're in trouble.
they got to either change something up or just play fucking better. I don't know. But like I said, 1-goal game. All it takes is one lucky bounce. Game is tied, and then that could, just switch momentum completely.
Oh, yeah.
No, exactly. I also think Toronto desperately needs Austin Matthews to get going. 'Cause I think he's only got 2 goals the whole playoff so far, maybe 1. I know he's got a bunch of assists, but he's on the ice to be their best goal scorer, and again now another playoff where he's just not putting the puck in the net.
I will say, BL Duff, Desnoyers has been growing on to me more over the last few weeks.
Yep.
The last 2 weeks, his stock has gone up with me. Me personally, it still is Frindell and Hagen's tied preferred, but Desnoyers is closing the gap as my third pick, in my opinion.
Agreed.
He's good. He is a definite center too. So that makes me think, if hypothetically, I doubt this happens, but if for some reason Desnoyers and Frindell were both on the board, I probably think Danny would go Desnoyers because you get the definite center there where there's some question marks around Frindell. Even though Frindell, I think, has a better shot in two-way game, I think Desnoyers' full package overall might be better. So,
yeah. No, Desnoyers would definitely be the safe pick, quote unquote, the safe pick, because he has all the tools that you need. It's just everything I hear about him is just that they don't know what his ceiling is. His floor is super high, but they don't know what his ceiling is. Is he gonna produce in the NHL like he's producing in juniors? They we don't know. But Alex said, he's the one that's a guaranteed center. He's gonna play center. So
for me, I have Hagens and Frindell right here, Desnoyers and Martone right here, and then I'd probably say O'Brien, then Brady Martin, I guess. Just keep Roger McQueen away from me, please. Anything else?
To trade up for him, though. Yeah. I'd like the Flyers to trade up for McQueen, though.
I would do that as a trade-up, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That I agree with. I would not do it at 6. I'd take McQueen. Say he's there at 11, hypothetically. I think the Penguins have that pick, so it wouldn't be 11, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, probably not. It depends how far he drops, right? But this, like I'm saying, Flyers. But this could be like Montreal. Well, maybe not Montreal, but like Boston as well, or so. Any basically that's looking for a center. Like this is a guy that you could like has the raw skill, but just like the injury concerns, right, are just so big. And
Yes, yeah. I get Nolan Patrick PTSD, not in terms of player style, but in terms of just injury history. He's got back issues again. You get a mixture of Tate and Lindstrom too. Like,
yeah, because what he missed a good chunk of the season with the back issue,
yeah.
and then he got hurt again. Like I think in the first or second game of the playoffs or something like that, and then he missed the rest of the season. But now I don't remember if they said it was the same injury. I think they said it was a different injury.
I
So
don't
now
know.
you take the back plus
Yeah.
another injury. You're like, oh. But if he would fall to the mid-teens, the Flyers definitely have the assets to do the trade, to make a trade up.
I think they're going to trade up. I don't think they use both of these first. I do think we trade up at some point. Cats look like the hungrier team, very effective forecheck. Berube needs to make adjustments, breaking the puck out of the D zone. I absolutely agree. I said that earlier, that I believe Florida has established a really strong forecheck in this game so far. It's helped lead to some of these Toronto penalties. The delay of game specifically came from that. It was just a panic play. Their forecheck has been absolutely brutal. And that's where Florida's strength comes from, is how physical they are and how much they can wear you down. And Berube, a defensive-minded guy like that knows how to get the best out of his players, who doesn't have that bullshit mentality, that's why I think Toronto will give him a counterpunch. But the thing is, as Nordy mentioned, Florida is going to keep coming back to it in waves. So we'll see how they go against that.
I think it's important to see who gets the next goal.
I agree. BL Duff on Denoyer plus the bonus. He is a great kid. I don't know much about him personally, so I will take your word on that.
That's what I've heard too. Apparently, he's a good kid.
Mm-hmm. Andre Kiz. I'm
That's
sorry.
Andre. Just Andre. It's hard enough to say. I believe Andre's out in Russia.
If I said the last name wrong, I sincerely apologize.
Kanyazev.
Hello, Andre. How are you tonight?
Did I get it right? Kanyazev? I think so.
Yeah.
That sounds better.
I don't always get it right. Said he's been around a long time, so.
Rich.
Andre. Sometimes it's hard to pronounce it.
Rich Kelter says, Bruins are going to take McQueen. I guarantee it. We always pick the big forward. I have a weird feeling the Bruins get Jake O'Brien. I do.
That is a huge risk at 8.
O'Brien?
No, McQueen.
McQueen, yes. I like
massive.
O'Brien. I think he might be arguably the best play. Actually, maybe Higgins is, but O'Brien might be the second best playmaker in this draft.
Yeah, if O'Brien's there at 8, they're taking O'Brien for sure.
Yeah.
I saw. I don't know if it was a projection or a ranking, but O'Brien was ranked going 8th to the Bruins in what I had seen.
Bruins
and,
7,
and you
not 8.
and was it Frondell to you? I think it was O'Brien though to the Bruins.
Oh, Jake O'Brien is a good playmaker.
Yeah,
I
don't know these guys yet. I don't know much about most of them yet, but I'm gonna start learning soon because we're getting close.
All right, so I'm starting to look at some videos here and there. And
I've been watching a lot of Frondell videos out in Sweden, and his shot is so damn good. But I do see where people get the worries about his transition game. That's the big question mark that makes people wonder if he's going to pretty much translate into an NHL center.
Well, it's those kind of things that guys like you might think are going to go higher and make them fall.
Yeah.
Where you think, oh, it's going to be there, but someone else comes along. Because there's still time for those rankings to change a little bit. And
I'm starting to sell myself that I think Martone is going to go 3 to Chicago. I think Schaefer and Misa are the 2 picks that we can, I won't say pencil in, but everyone feels like that's going to happen in that top 2. And then 3 is when this draft really begins on Chicago's pick. And I think Chicago does end up going Martone. I could see the Isles go Misa and Chicago, San Jose goes Schaefer, in all honesty. I could easily see that flip-flop. So.
Yeah, but I definitely, I think same thing. I think Martone's going top 3 with the way the draft fell and everything. I think he's that. Because, look, you have San Jose, right? San Jose might take Martone too. They might do something stupid. They might do something crazy. I doubt it though. I still think they take Misa because at worst case, if you're looking for a winger, because you have, let's say, Celebrini and Will Smith as your 1-2, you move Misa to the wing.
Yeah.
So
for
it's
sure.
not an issue.
Andre, thank you for the support, by the way. We appreciate it. Much love. I appreciate you coming on the stream tonight.
Yeah, Andre's been a long time. Some of Talking Habs.
No chance. Blackhawks need a center. Bedard should play wing. That's an interesting development. I'm not quite at that stage yet with Bedard moving to the wing. I see why people are starting to talk about it. But I don't think Bedard has anything to work with right now. And he's pretty much carrying a team with minimal help. Look at the guys you brought in. You brought in Tyler Bertuzzi, who is on the clear back nine of his career. I'm blanking. Who the fuck did they bring from Carolina?
Teravainen.
Timo Teravainen, who isn't having the year he was having last year in Carolina. Mind you, obviously the team around him is shit. You just traded Seth Jones, who is still productive, not at the money he's making productive, but still productive. But yeah, I say Martin because I think he'd be a perfect line mate for Bedard, and they still have Oliver Moore coming up too at the center spot.
They need a natural right winger, so I'm in agreement with you, Alex. They, Bertuzzi and Teravainen, they're middle sixers, I think, at this point. So they need to be, yeah.
If they could have a big guy like Martin on Bedard's wing, just creating space for him, that'd be like.
I could see Hagen's going to 3. I could see that too. But the thing is, I think they need more physicality. So if they are gonna go a center, they might go like a Frondel or Denoyer type route. Like Hagen's is on the smaller side. That's a small team already. Chicago has. You don't want 2 small top 6 centers because Bedard's not a big guy. So,
I put this one up.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
BL. I don't think anybody thinks Hughes is going to try to move up.
I misspoke before I said Montreal would move up, but I meant to say Boston.
Yeah, it's not Montreal. Not
Boston will probably.
I'm going to be doing a video trying to figure out exactly what I think they're going to do with that pick. So I'm going to be.
I think Boston stays put at 7. I don't think they move.
No, I mean like if they have like extra picks or something like to get McQueen.
They only have 2 extra seconds. So, 2 seconds. So unless if you want to package them both to be late in the first, maybe. But
I don't know. I mean, Boston will have some feelers for that, so it depends. I don't think they'll move up. I mean, if they do, it might be. Actually, no, I really don't see it. To be honest,
I'll give you a feeler.
You stay away from my butthole, Alex.
No, but in all seriousness,
I stopped doing that.
There's no team in the entire league that has more ammunition to work with in this draft more than the Flyers do. We have 3 firsts in 4 seconds. Danny better not use all those picks. You better be making some trades, whether it be to move up or get a roster player. The draft is the biggest day for the Flyers, probably in the last half decade, bare minimum. Like, this is going to be massive. You have way too much ammunition to work with to use all of those picks.
Do you try to swap with Utah? Because could you argue that Utah doesn't necessarily need the 4th overall pick?
Maybe you go trade up with Utah and use one of those firsts. If it's someone you really want.
You definitely have to give a 6th and probably another. You probably give a 6th and a low end pick, maybe, because then you're talking about entering the top 5, right? So you might have to give a 3rd.
I would say, honestly, if you're going from 6 to 4, you may have to give up at the minimum a 2nd. I think it'll probably be more than that. I think your last first might be what it takes to go from 6 to 4.
Someone was saying that exactly. Even just to go from 6 to 4, you might have to give up
Let's just say hypothetically, Edmonton wins this round and loses next round.
That's what I'm talking about. I said you would have to give up a late round first, your 6th overall, and probably a 3rd.
I don't think the extra 3rd would be necessary.
No, I think if you give up, hypothetically, say they have 6 and 29, I think that would be enough to go from 6 to 4. But we'll see.
But either way, like I think depending how the board falls, the way I see it is Martin is definitely gonna go in the top 4 at least. So I think Danny Briere is gonna be like, you know what? If Denoyer or Frondel or Higgins falls to me, I'm good with that. So
Bertuzzi and Teravainen contracts going to be up before Chicago's relevant again. I absolutely agree with that. Chicago has not had the same success that San Jose has had in their rebuild. Both of them started roughly the same time. San Jose is in so much better of a spot than Chicago.
Alex,
I'd actually argue that Nashville can also challenge you guys this year for picks because they also have 3 first-round picks.
Yeah.
How many seconds do they have?
They don't have as many seconds as us.
But it's still they can. So, are you willing to overpay? Because that's the thing. Because if it gets into a bidding war with Nashville, it would effectively force you to overpay.
Oh, you're overpaying no matter what. But I'm just saying this: the Flyers can do anything, but you want to do it at the right price, obviously. Like hypothetically, if a team so I'm just going to use a hypothetical. Say Seattle wants to go from 8 to 4 with Utah. We want to go from 6 to 4. And Seattle's offering 3 firsts, and we're offering 2. Obviously, I'm not going any further than that.
No,
I'm just saying hypothetically.
Well, so here's the thing. I think the only issue is Nashville's first-round picks might have more value than yours.
What I don't know what their picks are right now. So
they have their own first-round pick, which is 1 ahead of you.
Okay.
They also have Tampa Bay's, which is going to, I believe it's
they're 27, I believe, 26 or 7. I think it's 26 at the moment. We have Colorado, which is 25.
Okay, so then it also it actually depends on Vegas. So if Vegas gets eliminated and Edmonton advances, they actually have the leverage on you in terms of draft.
Yeah, that I agree with. I'll give you that. So the Flyers' second pick is going to be absolutely at the worst 24. Because right now, Colorado's pick is 25. If Edmonton moves on, Colorado's pick goes down 1 to 24. If Edmonton loses, it's 24 by default because that's where Edmonton is. And then if teams like Florida and Carolina move on, that pick gets slightly better because the way the playoff teams' picks work is the final 4 is where the teams move up in the draft order. After that, it's just based off of regular season ranking from where they were in the standings. But if that makes any sense. Ravensburgen, I haven't read too much on him. Braden Coots is someone I've read a lot on. And Ryback and out in Russia. Those are the 2 guys I've been reading on a bit for their later picks.
Yeah, I still haven't gone there. But I heard a lot of good things about Coots, though.
Ron Francis isn't even a GM anymore. He's gone. He's moved up to president. I don't even know who Seattle's GM is at the moment.
Botterill.
They didn't hire anybody yet, I don't think.
Botterill. Jason Botterill.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Buffalo's old GM. That's right.
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh,
that team's gonna implode.
I forgot. That's right. Oh my God.
Hey there, Joe.
I said this before. I want to give him another chance because, like, is it really the GMs that are bad in Buffalo, or is it just Buffalo that's bad?
Wait, hold on. Wait. I know the perfect thing for that. Nordy, what's your take on the Pagulas?
Let's hear it.
Fuck them.
What he misses is fucking cute.
They suck.
I'll help Nordy out. The Pagulas are terrorists.
We gotta stop calling them terrorists. What's your problem?
Until they sue the team, I'm not doing it.
You have
ICE is coming to pick them up.
Holy crap! We're gonna get lost.
They just hired Eric Stahl to be the assistant to the general manager or something like that.
General,
like
the
very
the
office.
GM. Didn't they hire Stahl to be the GM? I thought.
No, they hired him to be the assistant to the GM or something.
You're right. It's not the GM,
bro.
And I think they even were talking about bringing in another former player, but it's like they said before at the end of the season that we want to bring in more experience, more people to help, but they're bringing a bunch of inexperienced guys into the fold. So you're like, what the fuck
He
are you
was
doing?
so bad in Buffalo, Botterill. I can't stress it enough how terrible. How terrible he was.
What do you want?
Well, they were rebuilding when he was there too, no?
I know, but even some of the picks that he made just didn't.
Hold on. Time out. Buffalo is just in a perpetual state of rebuilding. That's just
I mean, they're in a perpetual state of mid. I have a better question.
Mid, dude. Mid implies they have hope. They just suck.
Okay. Trivia, not trivia. Vote. Who makes the playoffs first? The New York Jets or the Buffalo Sabres? They
I don't
both are
know,
going on
but-
15-year
Well, hey,
droughts.
listen, Chicago elected a Catholic pope before they got a 4,000-yard passer. So, I mean, anything's freaking possible at this
Oh
point.
my God, he went there.
Like, I don't even know
Second
what-
period's underway, by the way,
Yeah,
boys.
yeah, it is. Second period is under. I thought that's what I'm seeing.
Reinhart with a little dump in. O'Reilly gets the puck. Cleared out to the zone. Florida forced a turnover. Forsling gets over to Reinhart, dumps it in. Puck
Actually,
held
you know
by
what?
Wall.
Here's a good one for you. Will the Atlanta Thrashers return before Buffalo makes a bid for the playoffs?
Honestly,
Well,
you might be able to say yes on that.
That's
You might
potential
be
right
right.
now. It's potential.
Oh yeah, because sure, let's bring back the Atlanta freaking Thrashers because that worked so
They're
well.
talking about it. So
I know. Can we
Rich
just
hit the hammer on this with Botterill.
give
Jeff
this-
Skinner, 8 years, $9 million.
enough said.
That was Botterill?
That was Botterill. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Was-
can't
I
defend
can't remember
that.
if
That's one of the
that was
worst
like Adam's
contracts
first
I've seen.
move or like one of his first moves, or if it was okay.
Oh, you Canadians fans must absolutely hate Max Pacioretty for playing for the Leafs right now.
Yes, I
Oh my
can
God.
confirm.
And he's played well there, too.
I
He
don't
had the
hold it
series clincher against Ottawa.
It'll be the furthest he's ever made in the playoffs.
Is it?
No.
Did Montreal
No.
make the conference finals with him there?
Yeah,
Oh, they did? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Was
Against
it
the Rangers, no?
2014?
He was there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Because Chris Cray, yeah, it was 2014.
No.
Yes, bring back the Thrash. Yeah, let's bring back Ilya Kovalchuk while we're at it, too, the ultimate Thrasher.
Wait, why would we? Yeah, what, half a season? Or whatever it was?
Oh, he was, yeah. Oh
we
my
had him
God.
for half a season. Or I forget how many games. Something
Kovalchuk?
like half a season.
Yeah, Kovalchuk
Last
was
time.
the
Wolochuk played for the Canadians? When?
Yeah,
I think, it wasn't for very long. And then he
Yeah.
I was
Nick
talking about the
Suzuki's first
Thrashers.
year,
Oh, big
4 years
rebound
ago.
coming up.
4 years ago, something like that.
Why do I not remember? That seems like something I would remember.
It
We
was a
moved him at the
short time.
deadline.
So it
Yeah, I
makes
remember
sense.
when he played for us.
It was who was the coach?
Yeah, okay, yeah, deadline. Okay, yeah, it tells me something.
Another Habs legend. He was okay. Like he did okay, but he was too old at that point. to
His
do
run
much.
was about as long as Drew Bannister's run at head coach in St. Louis.
Yeah, there you
Oh
go.
yeah,
No, I
So
think
they
they
just
moved
trying
him
to
at the
fix that.
deadline.
full on night, apparently.
yeah. I think that's it. I think they acquired him at the deadline.
Shots are 18-4 in
Move
favor
him-
of Florida.
Well,
It would be no Suzuki without
19-4
Pacioretty. I
now.
thank him for that.
19-4. Sorry.
19-4 now.
Oh my God, dude.
Renegade Man's got that right too. That's the only thing I'm good. But I mean, that was an accident. It had nothing to do with Pacioretty.
Hey, look, guys, I see a rare Florida fan there. Look at the background. They do exist.
There's lots of Florida fans there.
Dude, Florida, what was it? Who responded to that on Twitter? They're just like, oh,
Me.
yeah,
That was me. I tagged you on that.
Well, when
we're
the
gonna
Habs
put
go
over
there,
to
though, there's a
fans. I'm like, hey, dude, it's not my fault they acknowledged it.
there's
not
a
my
lot of Habs fans when they go there.
There's a lot of whatever
Other
away
teams-
fan
Florida's full of
bases.
retirees, dude. Half the people in Florida are probably dead already.
half the people
I
there,
will say there
half
aren't
the
as many
people there,
talking about
they're
it.
half the people there are on meth. They don't know what team they're there to support.
Hey,
So
you're not wrong. Florida is literally the retirement home of the United States.
That's a big save by Wall there with the toe.
Yeah, that's what I was saying on that rebound, Naughty.
19-5 are the shots on. Come on, that's
That's
crazy.
terrible.
Love it.
Ooh, that
Ooh,
just went
shot.
wide.
But
If
but
you're a
I'd like
Florida
to
fan,
see.
this is a great game to watch. If you're a Toronto fan, it must suck.
Yeah.
Oh, what a
Good
shot!
save by Wall there on the rebound.
Dude,
Forced
they're just
turnover.
absolutely
Florida's
eating
got
They
it again.
can't clear the puck. Oh, fumbled that. But they keep
Did
it
you
up.
see the
behind
stat
that.
that Florida's third line comprising of Lundell, Marchand, and I can't remember the third guy. I think it's
Luosterainen.
Yeah,
Luosterainen, yeah.
Martian's on
That
that
line's
third
been fired.
line.
they're like
That's not even
Third-
fair.
they're like third best in the playoffs right now as a
Are
third
they?
fucking line.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
they drive it
Less
crazy.
played than anybody else.
Rick's second favorite team is soon going to be the LA Kings if Mark Boobavant gets their vacant GM job.
Bergie.
I'm not a Bergie apologist, so you know
Bro.
you can't see me, but I'm giving you the finger there.
The Islanders are interested in him.
Yeah.
Did anyone see that? I sent that to Rick
Yeah.
the other day. The Isles are
The
interested
Islanders
in
called the
Bergie.
Habs to talk to Jeff Gorton, and the Habs immediately hung the phone up.
They said, nope, he's not available. No. Gordon said
Yeah,
he's
no, they
not going
literally
anywhere.
They're like,
Yeah,
he's
I know, I
staying
heard.
here for a while. Tough
Yeah,
luck.
Gordon's not going anywhere. Anybody
I've
saying
why
seen
would
he
he
is-
go
this.
anywhere?
The New York Islanders won the trade like the lottery. Oh,
that was a bad hit into the boards there.
I was gonna say that's not going to be a penalty. That looks kind of
Leafs
rough.
are struggling. It feels like the first period continuously.
Hey, look, guys, it's a Florida power play. Wait, no, it's 5-on-5.
Yeah, no, there's no call.
Oh my God, this
Leafs
is the
are
fourth.
stuck in their own end. How is this only 1-0? They took Florida's shot away. Put it back.
Yeah, I mean, good question. I don't think has Wall been that good?
He's been all right. Like I said, he's been solid.
Listen, he's 18 for 19. I'll give him that. He's the only reason why this is still even a game.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
one
no,
goal he
literally,
allowed,
as
I
long as
can't
the
even
Wall,
blame
it'll
on
probably
him.
be
It was a
about 4 or
power
5
play
minutes.
cross crease one-timer. So.
Yeah, no chance.
You know what really sucks is if something happens to Wall, Matt Murray's in. Matt Murray's backing him up right now.
I mean, I guess you could have made a case for that hit, but it looked fine, I guess, in the replay.
There's nothing wrong with it, Cam. There's nothing wrong with it, Cam. It's all good.
And the Leafs get past center ice for about
Leafs
10
got no
seconds.
legs. They're losing most of the 50-50 pucks. I told you they're worn down. Florida's physical game is starting to get to them.
That's what
I
they
honestly
got to
have
do.
to-
Paul
Every once in a while, I
Maurice,
have to look up to see if they're on a power play.
Paul Maurice,
Are they on a
that's
power
what
play?
he says.
Nope.
Hit him.
Jordy brought an interesting stat up to me that I wasn't even aware of last night. You know, Brandon Tanev has been hit about, over 100 times in the playoffs so far?
It's something
Yeah, like
crazy.
way
like
more
that,
than
yeah.
anybody else. Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remove that. That's true. Yeah. Pacioretty is gross. Like he's a traitor. I mean, yeah, what do you expect? He's not from here. He's a foreigner. Brady Tkachuk would be a Hab if that dummy had listened to his scouts, but no, he had to get a number one center, and he still didn't do that. It's true.
Yeah, that
Brady
was,
Tkachuk would be a Hab. That was my pick, by the way. I wanted them to take Tkachuk.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say you wanted them to Kotkaniemi. Wait, what?
No, but I mean that was a surprise. I mean,
Yeah,
I
he
never heard of him
reached.
before. I never.
Not
heard
only
Jake
did he
Gable before that.
reach, but then like he
How was there a
rushed the
penalty
kid.
on the
He
Panthers?
didn't.
It's
Whatever
the makeup
is the
call. You knew it
longest
was coming.
reach ever. It wasn't just a reach. It was not even an overreach. It was a super duper motherfucking overreach to get.
Okay,
The whole reach around.
If I'm not mistaken, Kotkaniemi was projected in the mid teens to the late
Yeah.
teens. Yeah,
late teens,
Oh
I
my
think.
God. And you picked them third?
yeah, that was a huge. We're like, what? I remember watching that drop. Be like, what?
And people said us
Seriously?
picking Luchenko was bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
this person is somebody you guys know.
Was this what?
You guys
I'm
know?
guessing it's Cam's buddy.
Is that your buddy, Kev?
What?
Gavin, you know him?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's nothing to. No, it's just I don't. Do I get mad at that or no? It's just.
He's just trolling.
That's all. It's no
He's
problem.
kinda like, he sounds like he's what Dakota is to me.
Yeah, no, that's fine. If that's the case, that's fine. I'm not
Oh.
going to get upset. That's all.
I feel left out. I want to troll. You guys all get trolls. I want to troll.
You don't want troll.
You'll learn to
you
troll.
don't really want to troll.
You gotta learn to
You
troll.
don't want trolls.
Another one.
Want trolls? Go on Twitter.
A troll is a pain in the ass. A friend who's a troll is not as bad.
Gavin,
That's
Gavin's not
what
really
you're
a friend. I just shit on him on NHL all the time.
Yeah, it's not, but he's not a troll. You
It's
know him.
dust.
No, troll. I've got a couple of them. They
Shut
show up
down,
every now and then.
Gavin.
I hate it.
Bum.
35
Alex,
seconds.
you ever want to play an easy
Power
game
play.
with
Toronto
with
is
Gavin and his brother?
like a game of hot potato in the offensive zone for this power play. Toronto's keeping the puck in, but now they're not really setting their power play up all that much. Nylander, but
This-
the puck kicks it back to Marner.
Oh, okay.
Marner is off
I was
with it
gonna
on
say this is the most pressure Toronto's had, but I didn't realize power play. No wonder.
When Matthews goes wide,
Good
puck's
ball.
loose behind the net. Nylander has it back. Nylander. Deflection goes
Clear
wide.
it.
Varus.
No, they couldn't clear it.
Marner.
21.
Clear it.
All that pass almost got
Oh,
cleared by
Marchand
Marchand.
almost did. It's on net. Yes, wow.
That is cleared, and that is
Kill
the
it
end of the
off.
power play. And here goes Florida the other way.
Good off.
2-on-2
That's a
shot.
Oh, like a block.
Oh, someone blew a tire. Was it Carlo? He does that.
Toronto is still only a 6 shots on net to Florida's 21.
I think they had one shot on that power play.
I believe you're right. That
Oh my
shot
God.
just went high.
Wool's keeping them in this game, man.
100%. But what's scary about those type of games is just one fluky bounce, as Eric mentioned, and it's suddenly tied again, and you start gripping your stick a little tighter out of frustration.
No,
Yeah,
I agree.
I will say this though, Bobrovsky is looking a little scared in the net.
I think it's just he has been
He's gonna
tested
take a
all
lot of
that much.
shots.
So.
But yeah, he looks a little unsettled. I will say that. Like he looks on edge.
He's cold.
Yeah.
6
It's
shots.
It's really hard. You know,
Well, no shit, he's cold. There's ice.
No, but he's got 6 shots. He's not kept warm. You want more shots than that to keep in the game. So he might fight the puck a little bit when you're, being so inactive so far.
Like then you're not in your groove. You're not in the game.
Right.
You're like, it's tough. It's tough.
Nordy, your synopsis. What the fuck did he just say?
There's one for you Flyers guys.
What happened? Ron Hextall had to have Nolan Patrick Levitt. Oh my God! Please don't remind me of 2017.
I mean,
It's
they really could have.
It was actually Heiskanen they wanted, not McCarr.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna. It's Heiskanen that the scouts wanted, not McCarr.
Okay, not as bad, but almost.
No, it's still very bad.
I'm
only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, and we're out of both.
Right.
Like, it's not that I want to defend the pick. Look,
I hate.
At the end of the day, I have a hard time calling someone like. It was a bad pick because of what happened because of the injuries. But if you have a center of his size putting up the production that he did in his draft -1, because in his draft year he only played like a handful of games because he got injured, which wasn't a head injury, it was a different injury completely. You take that center, like especially a team that desperately needed a center. So I have a hard it turned out to be a terrible pick, but I don't hold it as much against Hextall as a lot of Flyers fans do, but
we all wanted him at the time. Yeah, we all wanted him at the time.
Exactly. I was a bit concerned about the injury, so that's what I was kind of hoping that Heischer would fall to us. That basically that New Jersey would have taken Patrick, and then we would have just gotten Heischer, just for that like little bit of certainty. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna blame him for taking like what is he 6'2", 6'3" center that was putting up insane numbers in juniors. Like
why was the 2019 draft the worst day for us and the best day? Are you referring to the Caulfield York draft?
Yes.
19, 19 was York.
That 19? I thought that was 20.
No,
that was 19. You're right.
Yep.
The thing is, I was pissed at the time. I still would have obviously much rather preferred Cole Caulfield, but Cam York's still a good defenseman. I'm not even mad about the player we got, but I obviously wanted Caulfield more. I was screaming on Twitter the entire draft, get Caulfield. So I'd be lying if I said otherwise.
I couldn't believe they didn't take Caulfield.
Because
they traded down.
That was shocked also.
Shocked. We were doing a live stream. It was like, they didn't take Caulfield?
The worst part is that we really needed a goal scorer. We really fucking needed a goal scorer.
At the time, that's what we needed was a goal-scoring winger to play with Giroux and Voracek.
Listen, it was Caulfield's size.
Guaranteed.
That's why Zach Benson dropped as much as he did a few years
ago.
That's
why Lane Hudson was a second-round pick.
Yeah.
If you're not happy with Bergevin at all, well, there's one reason why you can be happy, because that was on Bergevin's.
Gooley too. Gooley was a Bergevin pick.
Right. I mean, so he did some good stuff at the end, but that's because it wasn't Bergevin making the decisions on the picks. It was what's his name again? I can't remember his name.
Trevor Timmons.
It was Trevor Timmons at that point who was making the decisions and making the picks, and we can owe that to Trevor Timmons, who I believe is in Chicago, right? Trevor Timmons? Is he drafting for Chicago?
I don't know. I believe so, but I'd be lying if I said I knew for sure.
I think it's Chicago where he's somewhere anyways back in the NHL doing that. So
Oh, look, at the end of the day, Bergevin he wasn't great, but like he did some good, but he also like obviously did some bad. So
he
it was
did
very
some good.
Like, I don't know.
He
It
did
was-
some
Oh,
good.
here
but
goes
I mean,
Marchand, mini breakaway, but broken up.
Bergie was the king of making a good deal
That's a penalty.
to get a middle six player.
22 on
Made
Toronto.
great-
That's been walked.
Made great middle six trades, but he couldn't
How
get
is
the
that
big
not
player.
holding this-
He couldn't get the big player.
How is that not a penalty? Oh, here goes Willie Nylander. Oh, good save by Bobrovsky.
Yeah, that one was a bad one. Sergachev for join.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was a
other
bad
one.
trade. No doubt. No doubt. Look, he did bad stuff too. And like I said, he was great at getting a good middle six player. But that was it.
Yeah.
Couldn't find superstars.
The thing with that trade was like Montreal was desperately looking for a center, but at the end of the day, they traded for a
That's
winger
penalty
that
on
they were
Florida.
hoping they could transform into a center.
Well, I want to say that he was a center in junior.
He was playing on the win with McKinnon.
True. Okay. Yeah, and you're right though that he figured they could convert him, and he was French and blah blah blah
Exactly.
blah blah. And
Yeah,
none
there
of
you
that
go.
worked. None of it worked. What happened here? What am I
Penalty
looking at?
on Florida for hooking.
Hooking. Standing on the corner, waiting. Oh no, not that kind of hooking.
I said hooking, not hooker.
Hooker. Middle six player on the cheap.
Oh, they called it tripping. I thought it
potential
was a hook,
upside.
but it's same shit.
Phil, that's a good way. He gets middle six players on the cheap in a good trade with potential upside, but the upside never happened. And it's kind of what it is.
No, the Rangers aren't going to trade Lafreniere. I don't see that.
Yeah, I don't. And Lafreniere is not a center. We need a center.
No,
We
he's a
don't
winger.
need wingers here, Phil.
I want McTavish.
We don't need wingers right now. We got wingers. We got guys down on the farm too that need spots. You're not bringing in a guy like Lafreniere because you're really going to piss off the kids on the farm that going to say that was our spot to earn.
Sure.
I think
No,
that's
Montreal
a good
needs
point.
to find a legitimate number 2 center.
Yeah, but I don't think they're feeling as rushed as we as fans feel they should be. From what I've heard from the press conference, Gordon and Hughes had. Not that they're not going to try to get, but I don't think they're as rushed for this year. I think they feel they have more than this year to find that guy.
Oh yeah, but at a certain point, it's got to start becoming a priority though, because now like your prospects are like aging into the team and everything, and like especially what happened this year.
Yeah. No,
making
but
the
I think
playoffs and like you expect that now to take the next step, you know.
No, I get it, but I think the point is that they're not going to make a deal that maybe they don't fully want to make
Oh no.
for a guy that might, you know what I mean? And they're not if the deal's not there, they're not forcing it.
Oh, 100%. No, don't
This is what
force
I mean.
anything. Don't make a deal you're going to regret in the end.
But believe me, if there's a deal there for a guy, they're to jump on that and get that guy, but not if it's not the right guy.
Yeah, I'll agree with them there.
See what they do. If they go like with more of a veteran or they go with a younger player.
I want
Because
Mason
like McTavish, right? He'd be good, but he's still like a young player, right? So like I don't know if maybe Montreal's looking more towards a veteran,
And
someone
you
with
got
a
an
little
offer
bit more
sheet.
experience.
You got an offer sheet for McTavish.
There's going to be some offer
No,
sheets.
they're gonna match.
Next
There
month.
will. But I don't see them trading McTavish. You're gonna have to offer sheet him.
Yeah, but
Which then
you're gonna have to
is
overpay.
he's gonna be the kind of money where you're gonna
Well-
be giving up first round picks.
You're gonna for them not to match, you have to put in an offer sheet that's gonna cost you 4 first-round picks.
4 first round picks, and I don't know if that is worth it.
Yeah, I feel like you could trade for the rights of McTavish, especially with where the Ducks are in the draft order. So like they could always go get you a center. They have Trevor Zegras, they have Leo Carlson. They don't necessarily need Mason McTavish. I mean,
No. But okay, and a point could also be said that if you get McTavish, your first round picks are probably going to be like, not early ones, and maybe it doesn't matter for the next 4 years.
But also, you have to take into account that, like, especially now that Anaheim hired Joel Quenneville, like, they're gonna look to compete now. They're looking to take that next step.
Yeah.
So even if they would trade like a McTavish, I don't think they're looking to trade him for picks or futures. They're gonna want something now.
True.
I don't think Anaheim's ready to compete.
Oh, what a bid by
No, but
Brian
like
Hart
this
there.
to me, this signifies that they're ready to take that next step. Like, they may not compete next year, like, but they'll be better. That they're looking to
like the Habs were this past year.
Exactly.
I think Anaheim already took a step forward this year.
But Phil, you do what you're saying there. All you're doing is patching a hole to leave another big one open. Why? Why would you do that?
I think, Phil, you got to accept the fact that Pittsburgh's not trading Crosby at the bare minimum this year. It would be the deadline in his final year in the NHL.
No, this is for McTavish.
Honestly, I don't know this yet. I don't know.
Crosby? What are you talking about, Crosby?
I mean, I know he might be a little pissed off at what happened with Mike Sullivan. So that's the only thing I could argue that might have changed things. But I still think he owes it to that organization. Well, he doesn't know it, but he wants to show his loyalty to that organization. And I don't think he's going to, here's a bid for Florida. Nope, never mind.
Scoring wingers might be
9.
Scoring wingers might be easier to acquire.
And there's a trip on Toronto.
You're not telling me that you think Cole Caulfield is a not fly by night, but a dime a dozen scoring winger.
No,
are you?
Broke the 30-goal mark this year. You don't want to.
He's not a dime a dozen scoring winger.
I mean, he damn near had 40 goals this year. Like, he's an elite goal scorer.
What are you at, 37?
Yeah.
And Joe's
37 goals, 33 assists.
That could cause a massive protest outside the Bell Center.
Yeah. And just to think, like, if they do that trade for McTavish, just the pressure McTavish would be on in the city.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. The second he struggled and Cole Caulfield's putting up like a goal every 2 games in Anaheim, holy shit.
I read something that I thought that the Habs would be interested in Bo Horvat, but I saw a Twitter account that usually it's decent with Habs news say that Kent Hughes is not interested in that contract unless if they retain.
What contract?
I don't think it's a bad contract.
The Bo Horvat contract.
No, I don't think they are.
I don't think it's a bad one, but it's one that will age poorly at the end quite a bit.
And maybe Horvat's not the kind of guy that they're looking for exactly.
McTavish doesn't put Montreal over the top. Best approach is to be patient for now. I don't argue that, in all honesty. I think, like I said, they would probably want to get an established guy already. McTavish is only 22, so he has a lot more growing still to do.
Yeah, I think that's true too. I think they do want more of an established kind of guy.
That's why I mentioned Horvat first, but I can understand the concern over that contract.
You might actually see Anaheim make a push because I don't think you guys are going to be able to like McTavish is probably going to make $8 million. That's where I see it, and then they're still going to have $30 million to play with in the offseason. So I mean, they're going to be beyond set. So I would also anticipate them to maybe even go after Brock Besser to help solidify a second line right wing.
We're not talking about Montreal.
But you wouldn't. Why the hell would the Montreal go after Besser?
Why not?
They have plenty of wingers, and Besser is going to be a
wingers.
No, they desperately need a center. Wingers.
Yeah, they're not going after Besser.
What, Anaheim?
No, Montreal.
I think it's in Montreal.
No, I'm talking about. I've said Montreal needs wingers. They don't need. I'm sorry, they need wingers. Yeah.
No, we don't need wingers.
Sorry, center. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, center, and then winger.
I don't know who's going to go after Besser. To be honest with you, I could see Toronto throwing money at him if they let Marner walk.
They don't have the money.
No, that's the thing. If they let Marner walk, I mean, that's the difference. That they could make that work.
Sure. But you're gonna have to. So what? Your $26 million in cap is gonna go to paying Tavares, Nyes, and Besser $8 million. Not happening.
No, he's not going to throw.
Well, they're probably moving on a deal or two. So who knows?
Maybe New Jersey.
New Jersey does need some winger help for sure. And there's been talks that Tom Fitzgerald wants to change his roster. He said he's not bringing back the same team. I think Dawson Mercer could be on the move.
Now feels just being ridiculous down there.
Dawson Mercer could go. I mean, he's 20. He's 23.
Yeah.
Over my dead body.
And
That
ruined, but Linus Allmark said no.
It's the only problem is the Timo Meier is making $8 million. That's an albatross.
Marner's not going to Montreal.
Over my dead body.
He's not going to Montreal.
No, he's not.
Marner, no.
0% chance he goes there. I honestly,
pretty sure
Anaheim would make sense for Marner. They have so much cap.
What would make sense for Marner?
But Anaheim.
I would. If I'm Anaheim, I'm not touching Marner.
Why not?
No,
it's a 90. He just hit a 100-point season.
I'm not. I don't think
he's having a pretty good playoff too. I'm not like.
Yeah,
I touch Marner if I'm Anaheim. He got centers.
I go off. No. I go off of history here. Like his playoff history under Sheldon Keefe, horrible. So what? You having one good playoff series, like one playoffs year again?
Anaheim just wants to make the playoffs. At this point.
I don't think you understand is what I'm trying to say. So you get to the playoffs, but you're paying him $13 million to just then disappear. No, you got to look at that as.
You also have to take him into account that he's in a much less strenuous environment in Anaheim versus Toronto, where the media won't give a shit in Anaheim. He won't be under a microscope like he is in Toronto.
I don't think so. I mean, when you pay a guy $13 million, he ends up in a microscope.
That's an interesting one. Besser to the Wild. That would be interesting.
Oh, that could, yeah.
Especially if they move Marco Rossi.
I don't see them moving Marco Rossi.
Oh, that's talks. You haven't heard what their GM said about him recently and what Rossi said. I think he's gone. I think they're going to move him because Rossi was pissed about him being stuck on the fourth line at the end of the year. And the GM kind of, in a way, said, without saying it, we don't think you're that guy. I think there's a divorce coming with Marco Rossi in Minnesota.
Makes no sense.
That's not going to be an offer sheet. That'll be a trade.
Oh, yeah, they're trading him for sure.
If rumors are true, Kaprizov signing for $15 million. Marner will be asking for around the same. I would say Marner's going to get 13, but we'll see.
Okay, I was going to say, Kirill Kaprizov is not up until 25, 26, so you're not.
But he's eligible for an extension now. You can sign him now.
Yeah, I understand that, but they're not. I don't know if they're going to do that necessarily yet. And Marner, the disadvantage that Marner has right now is that his contract is up this year, so he can't necessarily use that in future trade talks.
I will say it might be in the Wild's best interest to sign Kaprizov now, because if he has another extremely good year and with the cap increasing, you just might make the tag even more expensive.
See, I have a big feeling that they're going to wait to see how much Marner gets, because that's going to be the biggest comparison. They're both going to wait each other out. And the unfortunate side of this, that Marner's likely going to be signed. Huh?
I agree with Jay Fed. I think Kaprizov gets signed this offseason.
I think they're going to wait to see what Marner gets. I think they'll extend him, but I think you're going to see Marner signed first.
Maybe, but I think it will be.
They're going to have $20 million in cap to play with. Like the Wild are going to have $20 million in cap to play with in this offseason. So
there are going to be a few divorces around the league. Yeah, I think there's going to be a few surprising moves that people don't expect. I told you, my big bold prediction is the Flyers push for Matty Beniers. Just because I think Seattle's going to finally accept the
They're not going to trade.
It's bold for a reason. Remember, all these bold predictions I inevitably eventually get right.
Yeah, 30 years down the freaking line. What reasoning do they have to trade Matty Beniers and or Shane Wright?
They don't. Those
Center
are their
logjam. You have Berkeley Catton still going. If they draft another center this year, someone you'll eventually need to move.
They're going to trade McCann before they do that.
But that's not the point. All four of those guys have top 6 potential. That's the thing.
Jared McCann's older. They're going to
I'm not talking about Jared McCann. I'm talking about, hypothetically, you already have Berkeley Catton, Shane Wright, and Matty Beniers. If they draft another center this year, that would be 4 guys with top 6 potential.
Where are they picking?
I think they're going to probably go
8?
defenseman, but I'm just saying you already have 3 top 6 centers with top 6 potential.
Oh, what do you mean? Matty Beniers is at bet, like he is a top 6 center.
Yes, and Shane Wright is, and Berkeley Catton has that potential. So
okay, well here's the difference.
Trade for Berkeley Catton.
Potential. Beniers actually has the talent. We know that.
So
Shane
here's my extra
development
point.
space. You're going to look at McCann and say McCann's going to go because McCann's making the money right now. And he's the easiest player to go for a team.
Oh, breakaway for Toronto. Oh.
Good
No
stuff.
penalty either. Good stuff.
I know you might be one of the very few people think that Beniers is getting traded.
It's a bold prediction for a reason. And here's the thing. It's going to be a new GM, Botterill. And Botterill's an idiot, as we saw in Buffalo. Jeff Skinner contract tells the story on that. So we look at the big picture here.
Okay, that's contract value. But again, you also have to understand, look where he was in Buffalo. Look at the ownership of Buffalo.
It's a garbage ownership. I understand
Yeah,
that.
and
but
Kim Pegula, and it's been very well known that she has had a say in everything.
I'm not disagreeing with that. But listen, at the same time, we haven't seen him anywhere else. So he needs to prove it to me that he is actually going to be a competent GM until then. So I look at the big picture in this. If you move Matty Beniers, this is just a hypothetical, or Shane Wright, maybe it's Shane Wright too. One of those guys and get a package. I think Seattle goes defenseman personally in the draft. I don't think they go center because they need some young defensemen. That's why I threw Cam York into a potential trade package with them.
But they're not, dude, Matty Beniers is 22.
And Cam York is 23.
But they're not going to get rid of him.
But they have 2 centers even younger than him, is my point.
They don't care, dude. I don't think they care.
That's why it's a bold prediction.
So then they have Shane Wright, who's will probably end up being your 2C, and Beniers.
And then Berkeley Catton.
Okay, then they might get rid of Berkeley Catton. But
they just drafted him last year.
They're not going to get rid of a guy like that where they had for 3 more years at $7.14 million right now, especially where the cap projections are going.
So with the new general manager, why wouldn't you potentially want to make the step push towards this rebuild? That's my point. I get he's young. I get that he's very young.
What rebuild do they need, dude? Most of their players are in their early to mid 20s.
Have you seen the defense core? No, it's not.
Yes, no, that's bad. But like you're not going to. So to fix the defense core, they're going to trade their forwards.
They need to tear down that. They need to do a full scale rebuild in Seattle.
No, they don't. Evan Riker. No, they don't. Josh Mahura.
They do. They suck.
Dude, Josh Mahura is 27. Riker Evans is 23. The only
defense on a 27-year-old.
Dude, half of their defense is over the age of 30.
You have 4 guys 28 or older on that D core.
Huh?
You have 4 guys 28 or between the ages of 28 and 32 on their D core. That's an old D core.
Josh Mahura is 27. Oh, I'm
sorry.
So
it'll be 28 at season start, I believe, is what it was then.
Yeah, so you need you can probably get rid of Jamey Oleksiak because he has a modified NTC. So like I just don't understand your logic where you're just like, yeah, let's trade the forward.
Montour's 31, Oleksiak's 32, Eberle's 35, Larson's 32, Schwartz is 33, McCann's 29.
Yes, they have
Moore's
a healthy balance, Alex. They have a healthy balance of veteran leadership.
Dunn is 28. Burakovsky's 30. That's an old team, bro.
No, it's not.
That's not an old team.
Sounds like it.
Thank you. And they still suck.
Literally going to look up the stats on it.
I just named a bunch of guys on that roster that are on the older side. Look at their roster. It's bad, bro. They have a lot of older guys. They have a few young players there. I'm not saying every single player they have is young. And again, that's why I called it a bold prediction. I'm not guaranteeing it.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. It's a shit prediction for them to do that for their franchise players. I'm sorry. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Listen, there's been crazy moves that I predicted before that ended up hitting. Oh, shoot. I got to clear that. Good. Oh, I think it is. Especially if they were contending, it's a little different. They were terrible this year. Are they going to make a step forward with that old of a team right now? I mean, with that level of a team right now, they're not going to get much better. That's what I'm saying. That's why I called it bold. The
average age of the Seattle Kraken is 27.13 years.
I agree with that, Rich. It would take a massive overpay. I'm not saying it wouldn't. It would have to take a massive deal. This is just a normal thing, Andre, for me.
You have the 19th oldest team at 27.13, and it's being heavily carried by the defensive end of those players. You trade Jamey Oleksiak, that it goes down.
Like I said, man, but the thing is, you're in the middle of the pack for age as a whole, even though there's a lot of older guys that I named that are considerably, useful players on that team, and they still suck. They've missed playoffs 3 out of the 4 years that they've existed.
They're an expansion team that has been known not to have the best, draft when compared to Vegas, dude.
I know, but there was talent on that team. They need the second round 2 years ago.
What was available to them was garbage compared to what was available to Vegas.
They made the playoffs 2 years ago. They made the second round.
Yeah, fine, good. Congratulations. They did that. Wow.
And then they've got progressive worse.
And then what happened was that they offered the players that were older crappy contracts. They haven't had necessarily a good coach. Rick Tocchet was only good for 1 year? But I don't think you're giving that team necessarily enough credit yet.
When did Rick Tocchet coach Seattle? Wasn't Hextall their coach?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It was Hacksaw, and then I think he's talking about Bosma.
Oh, yeah, Bosma. That I don't give any. Listen.
All right, Tocchet. I'm sorry, Tocchet was the Canucks. But so good. You had Hextall, then you had whatchamacallit, Dan Bosma. Wow, that real big difference there.
Some great coaching right there.
It's not a high bar to pass. He's better than Hackstall.
They're not going to just tear down their team when they have two studs that are both 22 and 21 year.
I'm not saying you tear down. You move one of them because you have.
They're not going to. What's the point?
To get younger on defense.
They would move. You don't move offense
but you need guys coming in to replace these guys. That's my argument. You get Cam York if you do that in a trade. York is 23 or 24. I don't know what his age is off the top of my head.
They're not going to.
And he's already a legitimate defenseman in this league.
They're not going to hinder themselves by just doing Cam York for.
It wouldn't just be Cam York. That's my point. That it would be a multi-piece deal. Obviously, Beniers is worth more than Cam York. I'm not stupid. It would take an overpay. I acknowledge that, but the Flyers need.
Does anyone else think it's crazy that a team like Seattle is going to trade one of their two best centers, probably their 1 and 2 punch, just to improve slightly on the defense?
Do you think Matty Beniers is a really good player?
They're young, Alex.
Answer my question. Do you think Matty Beniers is a really good player?
He has the potential to be. Yes, they're really young.
Okay.
So why are you already going to?
Matty Beniers in the last 2 years has a combined 80 points in his last 2 years.
Alex, I don't think you understand.
He's 22 years old, dude.
He's 22.
I understand that, but he had a rookie season where he put up
hold on.
6.
Stop.
You don't give up on guys that age.
I'm not giving up on him. I'm saying he could use a change of scenery.
No, what? He's
At
22. Why does he need a change of scenery?
Because obviously Seattle sucks with or without him. So why not get a king's ransom for the guy? That's my point.
Why are you getting a king's ransom if he's not putting up
That's
the
why
points?
it's a bold prediction. It's a king's ransom because they need help on defense. They need a younger
Who's
decoy.
going to give you that?
Nobody.
Do you not see the 80 billion picks we have?
I hate to tell you, Alex. I think this is you with the Flyers goggles on.
What do you not see how many picks the Flyers have right now this year?
I understand that, but that's not going to do anything for Seattle. They're going to want to get rid of their older players.
You do that in separate moves, and you get a king's ransom so you can bring in young defensive talent.
They'll just move Jamey Alexiak.
Who's coming to replace him then?
And
Who's
they'll
replacing him?
Literally what they'll do, they'll move Jamey Alexiak and they'll pull someone up from the AHL for 1 year. So what? So by the time that you could argue that Seattle is ready to be competitive in the NHL, your core guys are what? 24 to 26 years old. And so now they have NHL experience to start pushing.
I'm just going to argue too. I'm the king of calling bold predictions.
That means nothing to me.
You're the king of what?
Calling bold predictions.
King of bullshit.
You're only the king.
Almost Turtle nailed it. Marty
only...
Natchez was a year late, but didn't eventually nail it. But I was a year late. I'll acknowledge that. I'm going 3 for 3 in a bold prediction.
No, you're not. The Flyers are not
proud of himself today. Alex is a good boy. He's proud of himself.
I'm proud of my bold predictions. Is they're bold, and I'm 2 for 2. Let's go 3 for 3.
They're bold and their predictions. 2 for 2.
3 for 3.
What was that yelled up?
I don't think you're. Listen, I don't think you're 2 for 2 as you claim on your bold predictions.
I'll say 1.5 for 2. How about that? Because I was a year late with Marty Natchez. How's that?
I don't even want to say you were correct on the Marty Natchez trade because you said that they were going to get rid of him in the offseason, and I said there was no way. They would have to sign.
And they tried. It's just no one wanted to get
that
him.
Doesn't mean jack shit, Alex. Did they or did they not? They
did not, but did he eventually get moved? Yes or no?
Eventually. I never said eventually he would not. I said they were not just going to trade him for nothing. Like you know what I mean?
Wasn't going to be. I didn't say it would have been for nothing. They tried moving him. They had a trade in place with Columbus, and the only reason why it fell through is because he didn't want to extend.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Me and Cam haven't done one of these in a while. We were due.
Why we need to get the sin bin going again.
I'm gonna bonk him off the freaking head when he helps me move from my apartment to my new house.
What is that, by the way? I forgot the date.
May 31st.
Okay, thank you for reminding me.
When I hit your car on accident.
What day is the 31st land on? Is that a Sunday?
It's Saturday.
It's a Saturday. I already marked it off on my calendar, Cam. Like
good boy, Nordy. You'll probably show up 3 hours late. We'll be done.
Eric and I are driving up. We're gonna help you.
Wait, what are we?
It's news to Eric. Funny. Eric didn't hear nothing about
I'm
this.
Sure before. Eric would be helpful, Rick. I don't know about you. I would hate to listen to you bitch half the time about like.
I couldn't go anyway. I don't have a passport, so I ain't going.
Eric's always welcome at my house.
I'm not, but Eric,
you know how the Pope, kisses the floor of the house he enters. I would kiss my own floor as soon as Eric enters.
He's going to wipe it down first, then let Eric walk on it, then kiss it.
I'll bless your house, okay, Cam? I'm just going to bring the little stick with the water.
Yeah.
Nordy would be late to his own freaking funeral.
Nordy is awoken from a deep sleep.
Is he awake? I don't have proof of that. Oh, you got proof of that. We have a sighting.
Pictures hiding. At least I know Cam and Rick in
it. Well, you got them to the playoffs, Andre, so that's pretty good. My bold prediction was calling Nick Suzuki to get 90 points, and I only missed by 1. So I got that one. Nailed it. Well,
I won't call it bold, but my prediction for Mitchkov was 57 points. He got 63.
And I had Lane Hudson 55 points in 70 games. He played 82 and got 66. I think I had him at the right pace.
Hey, Alex.
He would put the Kraken jersey on.
Nice.
He would put the Kraken jersey on.
Fuck it.
Beautiful. By the way, just for for Talking Habs members, there's a new members only video out, reaction where I go over the points prediction video for this season and see how I did. So if you're for members and if you're interested in membership,
who is that?
if you're watching on Talking Habs, hit that join button and just follow along, and you get all the members only videos.
It's Chris Tana. The jersey's on sale for like $75. So I was like, all right.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
No, seriously, for like a $225 jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hands down.
I have a hard time. I can't wear other teams' jerseys. It just bothers me.
I have an Anaheim one.
So wait a second.
What do you have on the Ducks?
What do you think of this here? Should Michkov have gotten a nomination?
Yes, he should have. I thought he would. I thought he was better than Celebrini. So
I kind of agree with you there.
I think it's tough to choose right now between Celebrini and Lane Hudson. I mean, I want to lean towards Lane Hudson, but
Are you nuts? Go check your brain.
oh no, Hudson's winning it hands down, guaranteed. I have no issue with that. I just thought that Michkov deserved the nomination over Celebrini. I think honestly there was like a lot of, I guess, like center bias because he was pretty much the number one center on his team and everything. But
I think what would get Lane Hudson the Calder is the fact that Montreal went to the playoffs. But I don't like when regular season awards use that as a tiebreaker because that is not the point of the award.
Oh, he's not winning it just for getting him to the playoffs, dude. He
Oh,
broke
right. Yeah,
records that were
good
set in
season.
the 80s.
Yeah,
He-
like
he's
Yeah,
got it on lock.
Had a
for, like,
great
the last
season.
month.
No, don't get me wrong.
he's like you're like I would.
He tied the
I would check
all-time
myself.
rookie defense assist record. Like,
No, I know.
He's
And
got
I
it
think
on
that's
lock
what's
for
gonna
a
do
month
it.
now.
BL says Wolf will get the runner-up.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I would be.
I wouldn't be
He
shocked either.
almost
to be honest.
single-handedly dragged that team to the playoffs. So he had like a little dip at one point, but then he went right back off. So I wouldn't be shocked if he's runner-up. He'll
Andre
probably
says,
end up third though.
Andre says Michkov was too unstable. I don't know. Is that something that would really go against him? Was he so unstable that
Well, I
He
wouldn't
could-
say he was unstable.
I don't
It's
think
like
so.
he took off, and then at like somewhere between the midpoint of the season,
Right.
there was a big dip though. There
Yeah,
was
okay.
a huge fall off.
But he's a rookie. And
But
he ended up with 63 points. He could have a fall off and still be fine.
But that's it. But then after the Four Nations, he took off again.
Right.
And also you have to consider because like if you look at like actual minutes played and you look at like let's say Celebrini, for instance, who played I think something like 13 less games than Michkov,
Yeah.
but ended up with more minutes played than Michkov, is because Michkov was either playing on a third line or
Yeah,
a
time
second
on
or a
ice,
third
he thought.
line. He was getting limited minutes. Our power play was absolute shit.
Yeah.
So,
That's,
that
no, I
hurt his
think,
numbers.
I think it's
So-
fair to say that Michkov should have maybe been in there instead of.
And
but
he led- if I'm
Celebrini
not
was the big
He
name.
led rookies in goals, and he led. I think I don't know if it was the whole season or after the I think it was after Four Nations, or I'm not sure if it was the whole season.
Yeah,
But he led in 5-on-5 scoring.
but BL brings up a good point that Celebrini was out on IR twice, and I think that's a huge thing to be able to also come back from injury and play through that and still produce. I think that's what also did. I think also with Celebrini, I believe being younger than Michkov is another impact in
Yeah.
that because it
A
also
year? It's only a year.
a year means a lot in terms of maturity,
2
dude.
years, no?
Is it 2? It could be 2.
Yeah, so I mean, you got to look at it and think of it that way, like the age gap in 2 years, and that's 2 whole off seasons that you get to add weight, work on skill.
I
That's-
guess.
Like
But I'll say this. So it doesn't matter who the other two are. Hudson's winning it.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt that Hudson's winning.
that's what I mean. I think Hudson's winning it too. I mean, he tied the record. I think that's
He tied, rookie assist in a year.
Yeah.
I mean,
He set the Habs all-time rookie. I think rookie defensive points. Pretty sure.
Look at this.
Yep. He has the Habs all-time record. Yeah. So yeah.
Because what he finished with
Look at this.
63 points, right?
66.
66. Okay, so
Yeah.
just like as a defenseman, so like
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
66
he led
points
all
for a
rookies
forward
scoring
is a
in
really
that
good
season.
season. So just the fact they did as a rookie defenseman.
The fact that the defenseman finished ahead of the forwards in points, he's going to win it.
I mean, I think he was also helped because a lot of them were assists. So I mean, it all depends on how they view it.
He's a defenseman.
No,
I'm
not disagreeing with you. I just wonder how many of them were also secondary assists versus.
I don't think that means anything anymore. And with Hudson, a secondary assist is almost as good as because then that play doesn't happen without what he did.
Yeah, no. If you watched his games, his secondary assists are what led to a lot of the goals. Like a lot of them don't happen.
Well, that's that. Well, yeah, no shit. That's why they call it a secondary assist. Like that.
No, I get it, but some secondary assists, the guy inadvertently touches the puck, he gets it. You know what I mean? It's not the case with Hudson.
Okay.
All right, I'm older than you, so
I still think Mitchkov deserved it over Celebrini to an extent. I really do.
Yeah,
Mitchkov played more games, but had less ice time and got handcuffed by John Tortorella. I don't think Mitchkov should have won, obviously, at this point, unfortunately. But I thought he should have got a nomination.
Oh, well.
Yeah, Bert.
He never got
It's all right. Mitchkov will be a 100-point guy.
Actually, Alex, I'm going to completely disagree with you and Eric on Mitchkov over Celebrini. I think Celebrini's younger. He's played.
I don't care about age. Age is irrelevant because Terry Panera won the friggin' Calder at 25.
Age is a huge, huge factor.
Panarin won the Calder at 25. I don't want to hear about age.
Okay, where was Panarin playing before 25?
Chicago.
Yeah, in the AHL?
I don't know where. No, he was out in Russia, I believe.
Yeah.
He was out in Russia? Okay, so Mitchkov and Panarin have what in common?
Mitchkov, what?
They're Russian?
They're both Russian, but the difference is Panarin won at 25.
Okay.
So that's why I say age is irrelevant. What does that have to do with?
So why do you not think age is a huge factor, especially with playing in a professional league for that long?
I don't think age is a factor at all. That's why I'm using that argument.
You don't think hockey IQ is learned at that point in time? You don't think the maturity has grown at that time?
I think that, listen, obviously.
Hold on. I'm not done.
That is accurate.
I'm not done. You don't think the ability to have multiple off seasons at an older age and be able to build on that muscle mass is an internal factor? I do.
Not when it comes to Calder nomination, because it's a rookie of the year. It doesn't matter what your age is.
Oh, man.
It really doesn't. If you're the rookie of the year, you're the best rookie, whether you're 25 or 18.
But I'm saying age plays a factor in that because the older you get, because you're how old do you have to be considered eligible to be in the NHL draft?
18.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be
17, 18 at the start of the year.
18, depending
depending when you're turning 18, I think.
18 at the start of the hockey season.
18 by I think September 15th or something like that.
Yeah, that's why I say that.
By the way, this was also a rhetorical question. So you're also talking about 7 additional years that person has been able to put on weight, hone in on their skills in a much more difficult league.
You realize you're just adding on to my argument doing this, right?
No.
Because
I'm actually
won the Calder at 25.
How is that adding more to your argument when Celebrini has actually had less time in a lower level tiered league compared to the
because he proved at age 25, age doesn't mean shit, is my point in
that.
terms of nomination for a trophy. That's my point.
The precedent was set.
Yes.
Okay, I gotta just say this.
No, I think you're looking at age.
Ignore this comment. Ignore this comment. Don't just ignore it. He's wrong.
But you got Reinbacher instead.
That's nothing to laugh at. Wait, you'll see.
That's the equivalent of what you guys gave us with Caulfield in York.
Yeah, it's pretty much the reverse of those.
You don't know that yet. That's not fair.
Listen, you and I both know
say
Reinbacher will not be the impact that Mitchkov is.
He's a number 5 overall pick. Give him at least some time in the NHL before you say that.
I'm not saying he won't be an impact guy. I think he'll probably be a good number 2 defenseman, if you ask me.
Okay,
I think he'd be somebody really good to pair with.
As long as his knees hold up.
Yeah, it's also hard to compare a defenseman to a forward. their dynamics are completely different. So
I agree with that. I'm saying this is pretty much the reverse of what happened in 2019 when we drafted Cam York over Cole Caulfield. That's all.
because when you draft a defenseman, you're not, in my eyes, you're not looking for a guy that's going to have like massive point production. You're looking for a guy that can break out the puck, get assists, score a goal every now and again, but be an impact player in a different way than a forward can. And so I think Reinbacher, in a way, is obviously going to be more of like potentially a Michkov player if they elected him to pick him as a defenseman. You have to look at, it's difficult to compare those two elements.
I'm just saying that in terms of what
I'm saying for both you and Rick.
I'm not going to compare it. Like, if we're talking, I think Michkov's obviously going to have a much higher impact. They said that he was considered the second best player in the draft behind only Bedard. The only reason why he dropped to 7 is because of the geopolitical issues with Russia, because they weren't certain that he was going to ever even come over.
I think
no, that's not it. That's not the only reason.
Also.
That was the biggest reason.
Yeah.
And they had decided they were not going to take Michkov before the draft happened. They decided they weren't, from the interview or from something that happened. And it's not just because of the 3 years that they thought it would take.
But that was probably the primary reason for not. And I'm not just saying for Montreal. I'm saying for all.
What I'm hearing. No,
because he dropped all the way to 7.
We're in the 3rd.
What I'm hearing is it was more along character lines.
And that was proven to be false because he was not a character issue.
Was not proven to be false. That the Canadians decided that. It might have been proven to be false that his character.
I don't know about that one, Rick. I think that was something.
Rick,
we're
not even just honing in on the Canadians. I'm talking why he dropped to 7. It's not just Montreal. I'm talking Anaheim, San Jose, the Yotes. Well, not the Yotes.
I'm only talking about what I heard about Montreal's reasoning. That's all.
I just think,
1 minute in.
I heard that too. I just think that was something that was fed to the media just to.
I don't think it was said to the media. No, it was never said to the media.
I think that was an attempt to believe that he had character issues when it was a misconstrued argument.
There has never been.
You're never going to know the truth of that, and you're never going to know who has the character issue. I mean, look at Cutter Gauthier, right? Like people that didn't come out until much, much later. Like, you're never going to know until a couple of years down the road what their true colors are like, right? Trevor Zegras, for example, too. Like at the beginning, people thought he was great, nice. Now look at him. Like there's a lot. I
don't think that's always true. That's not always true. Look at the situation in Vancouver.
No, you're right. It may not always be true where you figure that out in the first couple of years, but I mean, you have a better idea as opposed to the first year to a young kid entering the league.
I can agree with that statement.
But I mean, typically it's finally it. Oh, wait. Oh, Joseph Woll, someone went over Joseph Woll's head. Maybe we get Matt Murray.
No.
Which would be an absolute detriment to the Leafs. Let's do it.
I can't believe this game was 1-0.
If Joseph Woll gets hurt in any shape or form, the Leafs are done.
Yep.
Done. Matt Murray ain't doing shit.
And I agree with this entirely, Rich. Although it wasn't quite the same with Demidov because there was only 1 year left in his contract. And at that point, you already saw what happened with Michkov, and they felt a lot more comfortable with it. So I don't know if it's 100% the same thing with Demidov, but I think Chicago is going to regret that. Maybe not Chicago, but I think
all three
Anaheim's going to regret that for a while, taking 17 over Demidov. I think Demidov's going to be the second best player in that draft.
Columbus might regret that one hard.
Also for Michkov, didn't Michkov let teams know that he basically only wanted to go to Philly?
From what I understood, it was only Arizona.
Yeah, he told Eric he was open with Washington, he was open with Montreal, and I think he was also open with San Jose too.
I think as far as I heard, it was only Arizona.
That much here I agree.
Straight, don't draft me, I'm not coming.
Well, can't blame him that he didn't want to go to Arizona considering the team doesn't exist anymore. So
exactly.
By the way, the Utah Mammoth, great fucking name.
I like the logo. I really like the logo.
The logo's good.
I second that. I agree with the name. Although I will still fight tooth and nail for the Utah Flying Sky Bisons.
Jesus Christ, IP infringement.
The what? Sky Bisons?
Yeah.
That was what the name I originally was pushing for was the Utah Sky Bisons.
He
Outlaws
loves
would've
the
been better.
idea of like Avatar, and he just goes,
Yes.
Name what? They'll name their mascot Appa. Yep. Like, let's
Yes. Him, you get it.
Yeah, I get. Yes, Alex. Despite what we put, like the facade that we put on that we hate each other, despite us actually hating each other, it's fine. Like, I get you. You get me.
We're one big happy family.
You complete
I'll
me,
just
Alex.
Barney.
That's what he meant
Someone
to say.
quick, play some Sade.
Sade?
Sade, you mean?
Chardonnay.
Sade.
Chardonnay.
What the hell is Sade?
I did
Chardonnay.
great part. Leave me alone.
No, it's Sade.
Sade, he's right.
Chardonnay.
Sade.
Who?
Sade.
Who saw that?
Chardonnay. As in my day, and that's when she was around, was Chardonnay.
This is no ordinary love. That's Sade.
Yeah, let's keep it that
Smooth
way.
Operator, I think, is her biggest song.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know.
This AC needs to work. It is hot as a bitch in here.
As hot as a bitch in here. Okay.
17:08 to go. Shots are 32-13 Florida, but Toronto is still somehow only down one. Bobrovsky had to fight that one off. That was a knuckleball there.
Yeah, it's crazy. This game could
Toronto's
turn-
gonna win this game.
Oh, redirect.
One
Oh, but he
single
got
shot.
he's
Oh,
been-
God.
Oh, Mark
Ah.
didn't finish it.
Ah. Wow.
God damn it.
Florida,
Oh, good recovery.
Lundell keeps it in. 16:41 to go. Florida trying to push for more. Still up 1-0.
The shots are
32
33 to 13.
13
It's
shots.
ridiculous.
Oh,
Someone,
no.
if Toronto comes back and wins this game, someone owes Waller.
Oh no! Oh,
How did that not go in?
what a save!
by
Oh, my
Sergei
God.
Bobrovsky. Holy shit.
What a save!
I'm watching it again on my TV.
To
Oh
be
my God, I
honest
don't know
with
how
you,
it stayed
Rich,
out.
I kind of agree with that. That name's kind of grown on me more with the Mammoth over the Yetis. I kind of agree with that. I was originally more Yetis over the Mammoth at first, but the Mammoth is kind of growing on me.
No, I'm still bummed that it wasn't the Yeti. Just because
I would have been cool with either. I like the Yeti too. That's a good name.
They couldn't do it because of the
The cups there. The
What
coolers.
was the other name that they
Which
were
is
thinking
dumb.
of? They were between the
which is-
Mammoth staying as a Utah hockey team. There was one other team.
Which is dumb. Sorry, Alex. Which is dumb because if you think about it, look at like Stanley Cups. Like, why isn't that infringement?
Did you just mute me mid convo?
Yeah.
I hate you.
What's
Well,
the hard
the
Richard?
Stanley, the Stanley is not actually the cup is not actually called the Stanley Cup. People just call them Stanley Cups, but the company just called Stanley. Whereas the Stanley Cup is not an actual company itself. It's just something.
Oh,
It's a trophy name.
Oh, Rodriguez is down.
Oh,
Oh, what happened? I wasn't even looking at the play when it
that
happened.
might be 5.
My daughter once came to me. She says, "Daddy, I want a Stanley Cup." I'm like, "No, you have to earn that."
Let's see.
you have to earn
That's
that.
Larson again. He's hurt.
This doesn't look good. What
Yeah,
the hell
he's
happened?
hurt.
I didn't
Did he
even.
take
I
it
didn't,
over the
I didn't
head?
see it.
I don't know.
He may have took it. Let's
Hit
see.
him in the head.
Oh,
Oh,
That's 5.
hold on. I want to see that from another angle. Yeah, that's 5.
that's 5 in a game.
Agree.
5.
That's
That's an elbow to the head.
I mean, I'm trying
Larson's
to see.
getting thrown out for that.
Was it to the head? I need to see it closer.
Yeah, I see.
Are they
It's
only
definitely
calling it
fair.
2?
Oh.
It's
Or are they
definitely
reviewing it?
interference. I can't see the elbow.
He's concussed. I don't know if he got hit in the shoulder, up in the shoulder, or the head, but it looked like the head. See, from that view, from the side view, it doesn't look that bad. But when you look at it kind of like forward,
Yeah,
yeah,
that looks like the head.
That's a
That
shoulder
looks like
to the
two
head,
opposite
no?
head.
did he get him in the head or did he get him in the chest?
I don't know. I can't see an
Yeah,
angle.
Did, he,
look at
did
No,
the
I,
head
gotta,
injury
I want to
happen
see a
from the
slowed
fall?
down angle. I
The
mean,
NHL, yeah, you're not going to see.
it was
you'll
clearly
probably-
head contact. I mean, it should be a.
I don't know if there's head. I mean, I think it might have been like a like a reflex of the head. I'm blanking on the word that I want.
They got to show this. They got to show this from a different view. Here we go.
It's not clear.
See, from there, it kind of looks like shoulder to shoulder.
Not clear.
Yeah, in certain angles, it looks like it went shoulder to shoulder, and he just got whiplash.
Hold on,
that's what I'm saying. I don't think he got him in the head.
Hey, Alex, shut up for a second. The announcers are saying there was contact. That's what I'm saying.
Bitch.
Huh?
I muted you now.
Muted you now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not hear what I said? Because I heard what the announcers were saying. But if you would shut your flap for like 5 freaking seconds, the announcer said there would look like there was head contact.
Let's see. They're calling it 2.
No, there was no head contact.
Yeah, it didn't.
I think it looked more
shoulder
like
to shoulder.
I thought it was head to head at first.
The shots were 33-16. Now it's 31.
The NHL's been doing that all year. They take shots off after the fact.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
They review it.
I hate that too.
Because there's props that are gambling on that. Like, yeah, it's very suspect.
I agree with you on that, Cam.
What a save by Bob there.
I think they got, honestly, as much as I hate to admit it, I think they got this right. I think that was only 2. I think it was more of a whiplash effect of how he fell.
And
it didn't look like he was
that was a great save. Yeah, no, I didn't see much there. It was hard to tell. I think it was whiplash as well.
And technically, it was interference. So
it's definitely interference.
So they got the right call.
It's a penalty. It was just whether or not the contact was.
This is Florida's 6th power play of the night.
Oh my God! And the pass was too hard. Otherwise, he had a great shot at the net.
Verhaeghe gets it over to Barkov. Barkov back to Seth Jones. Jones over to Barkov. Barkov skates it in. Shot blocked. Barkov gets it back off by the boards. Cycles it around. McMahon gets it around and clears. Puck up.
Ball right back up.
There goes Reinhart. Reinhart kicks it over to Kachuk. Kachuk. Over to Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe kicks over to Barkov. Barkov takes it in. That might be a trip. That wasn't a trip.
No.
I thought he got it with the stick.
Kachuk's been pretty silent, too. He needs to do something.
Jones to Verhaeghe. Back to Jones. Jones shot. I think that was blocked. Breakaway.
To the Reese. Save Bluesky.
Bob's made the stops he needed to so far tonight. That's for sure.
Oh, Reinhart had a bad play there. You can't do that.
I don't even think that was a save looking at the shot again. I don't think he just went high and wide.
Yeah, the shot clock hasn't changed, so they didn't give it a shot as a shot.
Yeah, that just went high and wide. And Toronto looks like they're going to kill this off.
Toronto's pushing.
Good pass. That wasn't offside? Wow.
That looked offside to me, yeah. But then again, you never know if it was just, God.
Bad turnover by Lundell. To Carlo. High.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, you know that guy all too well. That is offside.
He has a cannon of a shot, but sometimes the inaccuracy is nuts.
Sounds like an old friend in Philly, Owen Tippett.
Yep.
Bob might have got a slight piece of that.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked pretty clean high, but yeah, you might be right.
Well, excuse me. Surprised it's only that one goal, man. It is a tight game. Nobody talk at once, though.
We're just as much shocked as you are, Rick.
Yeah. Toronto's still in this. You got a chance.
I mean, their defense honestly has been studly right now. So, as much as I think Wall has had an impact, their defense is keeping Florida out to the corners.
So if that's the case, then a lot of the shots are from the perimeter. Maybe that's why they're not scoring. They're not getting in
Well,
tight enough.
maybe not the most quality opportunities, but
Yeah, not high danger shots necessarily.
I still feel like the Panthers have control most of the pace throughout the game. But like I said, if you only have one, you only scored one goal, man. Like they needed at least an insurance one.
Yeah, they better bring back that forecheck that they were doing in the first period. Just get back to that. Although, obviously,
Aaron, go look at the score of the Pacers and the Cavs.
What? Oh,
The who?
basketball?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah, come on, guys.
92-54 Pacers right now.
Oh wow, that is actually pretty bad.
What happened?
Pacers are up 92-54 in the Cavs.
Well, Cat rude. Chuck phone accident.
The ref lost the blade.
Oh jeez.
It doesn't happen to the refs often.
All right, come on, fellas, let's go.
Man. Let's tie this up.
Oh my God, well wide. Florida Rolling Lions.
Did you want to do at this point? Just hold the lead. I can't find my fucking phone. I just had to.
I guess you hear that, fellas? He can't find his fucking phone. Not that he can't find his phone. He can't find his fucking phone.
That's the actual thing. Can't find the fucking phone.
Phone it. Okay, what is this here that Joe's got up? What is that? At the basket? Is that a basketball?
Embarrassing as well. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell what it was. Icing against Florida. And they're gone to commercial. This game is still in doubt with 12 minutes left?
About it.
$11:41 to go in the third.
You know what? I had a long day. Can't have this thing go to overtime. I need to go to bed.
Yeah, I don't want it to go to OT either. I got an early morning. I got a really early morning.
You know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen, Rick. You know what's gonna happen.
Better not.
I honestly hope it doesn't go into OT. Oh, what a good save by Bob.
It's hard to think that it'll stay like this, but it could. Only 11 and a half minutes to go. Keep it in the offensive zone as much as you can. That's what they need to do.
Oh. Ooh, good speed by Bennett.
That's what she said.
What?
Yeah, how'd that make any sense?
That's what she said.
Okay.
That makes perfect sense. Don't you friggin' give me a what?
I don't understand.
Good speed. That's what she said. How does that not make sense to you?
Well,
I don't know. What are you doing? Like, are you pile driving? Like, I don't know. Like, what are we doing here?
What are
I
we
can
doing?
tell you this: if it goes to overtime, I can't even stay for the overtime. I
Yeah, I might
can't.
log off,
I
too.
got to get up like really early tomorrow morning.
Wow,
Like
Rick isn't going
Let's
to
talk
stay.
about overtime. Come on,
Break my
Florida
heart.
insurance goal. Let's go.
I got to get up.
Yeah,
at
I agree.
4:30.
We need that insurance goal.
Yeah, I'd feel a lot
We
better.
need
with
that
an
Geico
goal.
insurance goal.
In the Geico insurance goal, he said.
That was a lot better than like, oh yeah, you had good speed, Bennett.
Oh, wow. He almost put in his
Oh,
own
he
net.
almost scored an own goal. One
Wow.
of those.
That was close. That would have been worse than the Draisaitl one last night.
That would have been hilarious. That would have probably been.
Like if Draisaitl didn't have his stick out, the puck was gonna go wide. That,
yeah,
that
yeah.
was so funny.
That was a dick punch.
Also,
is what that was.
if you
for Edmonton.
notice, Matt, like his toe was open. If his toe was closed, it wouldn't have gone in.
Yeah.
Florida looking to hold on for another 9 minutes and 30 seconds to even
Dude,
this
9
series
minutes?
to 2.
9 minutes is an eternity in this sport.
Is Toronto starting to wear down? Can they dig deep and tie it? Or will Florida get an
I don't know.
insurance
Willie
goal?
Nylander's on the ice, man, and he's been good.
Schmidt takes a good shot. I don't know who for Toronto has the puck right now. Pacioretty pushes it up. Back to, I think that's Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Shot save. Bobrovsky holds on. Bob has been good.
Oh my
He
god,
really
if
has.
the Leafs lose this series.
Who's that in the picture with you, Alex?
We need the memes.
What? Who we seeing in behind? Oh, who's that behind you, Alex?
Oh, that's my girlfriend.
Who's that right behind you now? Who's that? Oh,
What?
oh no.
BL Duff asked who that picture was of mine. That's my girlfriend.
Commercial break here, from what I can tell.
Who won that game earlier between Montreal and Ottawa?
OKC won. That's tied it too.
No, Montreal and Ottawa, the PWHL. It went to 4 overtime.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh my god, that's insane. That's like 4 overtimes too many.
Yep. Nothing worse than one of those freaking overtimes that never end.
Oh, nice. Nice joke.
Montreal, awesome.
Montreal won. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Marie
Philippe
Poulin
Poulin.
with the flag and skating. Oh, maybe that wasn't it. Maybe that was a picture of the something else. Anyway, nice that Montreal won. Okay, they going to come back from commercial or what?
Nope.
Only because you asked, and they're not.
Yeah,
They're
you
literally just going to keep the game on commercial the rest of the game.
Jesus. So you got to pee, that's why.
That's exactly it.
Eric, go. Not Eric. Rick, what's your fucking name? Go pee.
Don't worry. I don't
Whatever
wanna
your
miss
name is,
anything.
go pee. Go take a piss.
Go for a squirt.
Are you a squirt?
The squirt. The
Not a
squirt.
woman.
Gotta go break some porcelain. Let's go.
I'm 62. It definitely isn't going to break porcelain.
There's a chance it might break the septic, but that's about it. Come on, 9 minutes.
What handsome man is Matt? I don't see a handsome man here. Oh, I'm looking at myself. You're right, but it's me. Yeah,
Rick,
no,
are you in the
You know
middle?
what, Rick?
I'm going.
Also,
I gotta
like Billy
go.
Madison once said, "You ain't cool unless you pee your pants."
Yeah,
So-
I'm
Good
Yep.
movie.
gonna pee my pants.
Peeing your pants is cool.
You ain't cool unless you pee your pants.
Hey, everybody,
pees
Billy
their
pees his
pants.
pants
He's the
too.
coolest.
Today, Junior.
He can't even read. It's like
But
one of my all-time favorite comedies.
One of the best. One of the
Get your
best.
ass out there and you find the fucking dog.
Whoa! Hold on a second, Miss Lippy. You just
One
saw
of
the
the best
porch like a
Adam Sandler
balloon
movies.
and waited. Fucking awesome.
I can't wait till the second Happy Gilmore comes out this year.
Oh, it's gonna suck. He's
Yeah,
not.
probably.
He doesn't do the comedy the same way he used to anymore because of his daughter.
You know what? I agree with you for the most part, but I think this is going to be a rare exception where he goes back into form. Because he wouldn't agree to a movie like this unless if he truly felt comfortable that this was going to hit. Because Billy Madison was great, but Happy Gilmore was one of the best Adam Sandler movies. Top 3, in my opinion.
I still think Billy Madison's better.
I think if I had to go in
I've always
order,
said this. All right, Billy Madison is the fun. Is funnier,
Reinhard.
but Happy Gilmore is the better film. Like
that's
I
can
don't know,
only
man.
agree
That
with
one clown scene when he's mini golfing that had me rolling.
Oh my god! When he friggin' just
You're
friggin'
gonna die.
That had me rolling.
Oh, he's a 2-on-1 before that. Here goes Bennett. Makes it all shoots.
Yeah. I can
Let's
go
go.
pee now.
One of the rats did it. Excellent.
Nice.
Florida goal scored by number 9, Samuel.
It's gonna go to pee now.
That was almost as bad as an overplay as Stuart Skinner last night.
That
Let's
was bad.
go.
Wall was having such a good game until that moment. He overplayed the crap out of that. I couldn't agree more. This is looking more and more likely
Bennett,
that
too.
it's
Leaf
going to be
fans
going
gonna be
back to
fucking
Toronto 2
pissed.
games apiece.
Show me Toronto Central. I want to see the. I want to see the.
I need to see
Leaf
a live
swag.
look at Biz. I need to see Biz.
Show me Biz. No, I need Marshawn to score too, just to make it better.
Oh, he already ruined Biz's life last game.
I know it was hilarious.
Helped me out a lot.
Oh, we know.
Such a shame. I think Biz is such a good guy, but he's just so deranged.
I love Biz, but when it comes to the Leafs, I need to see him suffer.
yeah.
What does that's a good question. What does Sam Bennett get in free agency? 7x7. I don't know what team does it, but at least 7x7.
I have him around that too. Yeah.
Maybe 7.5. He might even push a little more than that.
Depending, he makes 4 and almost 4.5 now. I mean,
that's a steal, fan.
Yeah, he was on a really good contract.
He might even get 7 at 8 at that at most. I think at 7 at 8, just because of the cap projections.
I'm gonna say this about Bennett: as great as he is, that's gonna be another one of those contracts you look like halfway down and just be like,
no,
but he'll be good in the short term.
No, I think
because he plays a very physical game.
Sure, but 7 years in the cap projections over the next 2-3 years are going to go up 19 to 20 million. It's going to mean nothing.
When I always make those points, it's not even more about the cap hit itself, but it's the fact that you eat up a roster spot for that amount of time.
Does anyone think Mitch Marner's crying on the bench right now?
I think he's dying on the inside.
I will say this:
Love it.
after when Florida scored the first goal, they didn't put their heads down. They actually continued to play the game. But come on! Someone knocks somebody out. Where's the rat? Give me Marshawn. Actually, you can't even say where's the rat on this team because at that point you're asking
which one.
There's a lot of them.
That
7 minutes left. Toronto down 2 now.
Goal moment.
You know who hasn't been productive, and I've said this before, Kachuk right now. He needs to step up a bit.
He's still feeling the effects of the injury he got at Fort Nation.
Yeah, I don't think he's 100%.
Oh, yeah,
100%.
He's definitely not. He hasn't been 100%. He's been banged up since the friggin' Four Nations. So we're gonna hear he was playing through something pretty nasty when the season ends.
I'm waiting to hear that he had a broken skull or some stupid shit.
I bet you it's a pretty significant ligament tear. I'm willing to bank it.
I don't know.
Ruptured testicle.
Listen, he's not Blake Wheeler. He's
I
not
don't
Blake
think
Wheeler.
he played through a
What was
ligament
it?
tear.
The year they made the final against Vegas, he had a broken sternum and he still played the fucking nut.
Yeah, I don't think you can play a ligament tear though.
I agree with that, Rich. He does play his best hockey in the playoffs. And Andre, did you mean Rick dislikes Marchand, or who do you mean by Marchand? I think that's a typo. I think he means Marchand.
Yeah.
What does it say? Oh, right in the breadbasket. 5:46 to go in this one. And Toronto is in Toronto trouble.
Deep doo-doo right now.
Steve Dangle is probably losing his cripping mind.
Good.
No, I like Steve. He's
I have no ill will on Steve. He's one of the few guys I'd actually be happy for. I know you're not a fan of him, Rick, but I've always had I like Stanley.
yeah, yeah, of course he's like a hype guy. Like, you know what I mean? He's like that influencer. Like, but
He made a book called "This Team Is Ruining My Life." I could not relate to that more.
I have a lot of respect for Dangle because, like, even he came out and said like that shouldn't have been an embellishment call on I think it was for Hagee, that he goes it was nuts. Or
Rodriguez, I
The
think. Yeah.
whole world knew that.
it shouldn't. He goes, yeah, that shouldn't have been an embellishment call. He's like, let's be real here, guys. Come on, like fair is fair. We got to be fair here. Like Rick, who's just like, no, Montreal's perfect. We don't take penalties in Montreal.
I never said that.
Yet you will next year.
How'd you go from talking about Steve Dangle to saying that to me?
Because I haven't bullied you in a while, and I love you, so
Oh,
I need to bully you a bit.
all right.
By the way, anyone else see,
Tough
like on the stream, like on the bottom left-hand corner, that guy with the rubber ducky?
Rubber ducky.
Oh, what happened to Matt?
Look at the Matt's dead.
That's dead.
We lost one. No,
What are you talking about? The rubber ducky?
Oh, on the picture on the
Rubber
what
ducky.
happened? What?
no, look at the stream.
Matt's in the
Like look at the like,
Matt
look
went in the wrong room.
like look at the guy on the
Did you? I unmuted my-
That's
I
funny.
see someone
plugged it,
shadowing
plugged
that
it in,
Steve, man.
I had the room with the stream on it. and I was-
That's funny.
see this where my mouse
Yeah,
is?
I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
What
about it?
the fuck is going on with that guy?
He likes his rubber ducky.
I don't know what he's talking about, or unless if you're talking about the game.
Oh god, you're such
No, it's okay. It's too late.
I'm gonna just go along with that.
Can
One.
someone check on Leafs Twitter to make sure they're not killing themselves?
Oh, no.
With all the rats, so surprised the health inspectors haven't closed the arena down. That's a good one. Nordy vanished. He always does that. This is nothing new. 5.5 to go in the third. Florida still maintaining a 2-goal lead. Toronto in the offensive end shots 36-20. Florida. Toronto has shrunk the shots gap down a little bit, but they kind of a little more.
Yeah,
desperate.
and they stemmed the tide on the shots against. You gotta say that.
Florida dumps it, kills a few more seconds, and gets some fresh legs out there. As we are about to hit the 5-minute mark to go into the third period.
They better start making their push.
Bad pass, and that's going to go all the way back to their own end and bleed another 15, 20 seconds. And that might be an icing. Did they wave it off?
I guess.
Toronto just not really solidifying at all in the offensive zone. Four minutes and 20 seconds to go.
Perfect.
Marner
Perfect
on the
number.
boards.
420.
I haven't heard much of Lawton's name in this game at all.
I haven't heard anybody's name in this game. Isn't that amazing? Not one.
Well,
You know what? I'm going to give you that one,
Do
Rick.
it.
I'm going to give you that one. That was actually funny. That gets us under the 4-minute mark. Matt the Invisible.
Mhm.
Jordy catching strays for no reason right now.
Well,
Oh,
I
did
like
anyone see Hurdle accidentally strike the trainer?
Yes, man.
Oh, yeah.
We were
Oh,
talking
man.
to Brandon and I were talking about that at the
Stick
bar
and
last night.
accidentally kills the trainer.
Well, you know that
Busted him
trainer
open.
is gonna, you know that trainer is gonna get a metric ton of money from that team to be like, don't sue.
Yeah,
Don't
he
do
is.
it. please.
My bad. Our player's a hothead. He has 50 grand. Shut up.
No, he more than
And a
that.
brand new Rolex. That's all right.
It's more like 100 grand probably to shut up.
Yeah, you might be right.
Because you
He
got to
has
think like
100 grand and a new Bugatti. Keep
yeah,
your
because
mouth
like, that was on public television. The whole world saw it. It's definitely more than just 50 grand.
That's a good point.
Which like I'm even sure the trainer knew it wasn't like serious, but like still.
He got cut open from it though.
Oh, I know, no. I mean like he wasn't like intentional. Like he like that Hurdle wasn't trying to hit him.
You're speaking Rick's language right now. Ed, honestly, you're speaking the whole chat's language. If we're being honest.
Just wait for this game to be over.
Now we got Stone Cold Steve Austin time left.
we got a
3:16
timeout
to go.
or something. Oh no, okay.
3 minutes. If they're gonna push, they gotta go. Oh my god, dude, play the puck. Like that's so embarrassing to wait for that long. Like, why are you 15 seconds to hold it? That's way too long. Wolves out.
Man.
Florida's played a
Toronto was set up with about 2
Whoa,
minutes to
baby.
go. Oh,
I
maybe
need
not.
I need Marchand for an empty netter, boys.
I just need an empty netter in general, so I can
Marchand's on the ice.
laugh. Is there
Offside.
what's the whistle for?
Did that come out?
Offside.
Yeah, Morgan Riley. was
I gotta
taking-
say, I don't agree that it came out. It didn't look like.
I don't
to
think
me.
it did either.
We're gonna see it.
Oh yeah, it did.
It
It
did?
did. Now that I watched on the second attempt, it did hop over the line.
Okay, good.
Correct call.
Any call against the Leafs is the correct call.
Good point.
Yeah, sounds right. Did they time out now? Yeah, timeout. Somebody took a timeout.
Leafs are calling their timeout. Not a bad move here. They got the big 6 out there.
Checking on all Leafs fans that I know right now.
Well, how many you know?
They're fine.
The game's not over yet. They're fine.
Shout out. Oh, by the way, shout out and rest in peace to ECW legend Sabu. 60 years old today. Rest in
Who?
peace.
Legend? What? Who?
Wrestling legend.
Passed away today.
Suicidal, homicidal, genocidal, the one and only Sabu.
Give me a Marchand goal. I need to see a biz
Homicidal,
reaction.
not homicidal.
What'd you say?
Catch them all.
Up.
Empty netter.
Oh,
What'd you say before that, Naughty? My bad.
It's homicidal, not homicidal.
no, homicidal
Oh,
units for the homies.
I was on the right
Two
track. Give me a break.
No, Alex, I understood where you were going with that. You meant homicidal. I understand.
Yeah, homicidal. And that's cleared, and that's just going to bleed even more time off the clock, and it just dives
Yeah,
past the
Marchand?
Leafs
Need it.
blue line.
I need Marchand to score. Yeah, he's on the ice. Come on, baby. Give me a Marchand
100
goal.
seconds
Yes.
left.
Yes.
Marchand! Nope. You almost got your goal for that.
Come on.
Marner was playing center field.
I'm pretty sure Biz just shat himself trying to be like, oh, God.
I think he's already dead inside. Oh, that just went
Ooh.
I
wrong.
was close there too.
You think Marchand's hunting for it? I think he's hunting for it. I think he knows he has Biz in the
15
back of his
to
mind.
go.
Biz, watch this.
And save. 70 seconds remain. Puck gets floating behind the net. 102 left.
Is it
They're dangling in that final minute.
Barkov and Marchand and who else on the net for?
They got Jones. They got Lindell, Barkov.
Nico Mikkola.
And just killing clock amongst the boards. This is good by the
But
Panthers.
they gotta move it, otherwise the refs will blow it dead.
No, they don't do that anymore.
Yeah,
they do.
like it used to be. It's moved.
They don't end up blowing the whistle.
Oh, you're way down. We're gonna get
They
it.
will blow, yeah, Alex. They do blow the whistle if the puck.
Unless if it's like a minute, maybe. But no, I feel like those little 20-second scrolls. I haven't seen that at all yet.
Yeah, Joe, I don't care for Marchand either.
That's pretty much it. Oh wow, that was
game's over.
his chance there. He's got to bury that.
They're not gonna pop 2 goals now.
No, that was
seconds.
it. Tavares had to bury that. There's like, what'd you say?
Okay, Ray.
This is over. See, even the dogs are. I gave him a little more clock, but now that clock's running out.
Calm, cool, collected. Marchand score an empty net goal. Don't you get off the ice until you score an empty netter. I need to see it.
Net. 11 seconds. This game.
Come on, Marsh. Come on, Marsh. Do it for Biz.
Oh,
That's
penalty
it.
coming up on the Leafs.
Okay, 2 seconds.
All right,
No one's
game's
even
over.
going to the puck anymore.
Game over.
No,
This
there's no
series is tied at 2.
Series.
Marchand.
Who's
Helping him, huh?
survive?
Just end the game. There's no sense.
Domi hit Barkov. Domi hit Barkov.
Dude, Chuck is chirping from the bench.
Yeah, I was saying Reinhardt.
No, even the announcer said it was Barkov.
No, tripping for the bench I was talking about.
Oh, I thought you were
No,
saying
that was not. That was Chuck. Chuck was chirping from the bench.
What's that? I look like Reinhardt to me.
That was Chuck. If you think, I don't know how you get those.
It was
two confused.
Kachuk.
It was
Kachuk. All right. Well, this one's over. There he is right now.
So this series is now 2 games apiece.
So,
Forward to getting the win.
are we gonna get one of those home and like the home team wins?
I don't know if the ref knows this, but he's missing his hat.
The ref is the helmet.
What the hell are they discussing? The game's over.
Oh,
Why is no one leaving the bench?
him and Nyes are chirping.
Why is no one leaving the bench? What's going
Yeah,
on?
really, game's
They're
over.
gonna do a
right?
ceremonial puck drop.
Why? There's no time left.
No, maybe they blew the whistle down.
Oh,
Yeah,
Max
that
Domi
was
might get
nasty.
suspended for that.
That's what I said. That Barkov hit from Domi was nasty.
Oh nope, I guess they're not gonna drop it. Well, there's no sense to drop it. Oh yeah, that should have been 5.
Oh yeah, right on the numbers.
That's what started the whole thing. Barkov, thankfully, is okay.
All right, so it's a tied up series.
Best of 3 now. If you are the Leafs, you are worried.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
and next game, by the way, is Wednesday. I believe for this series.
Oh, they got a 3-day break? Okay.
Yeah, Wednesday at 7. So, and there you go.
I will unfortunately be in Louisiana.
All right.
Why Louisiana?
Work conference.
Nice.
Ah, very good.
I'm gonna go get me some Louisiana crawfish.
Bring some good food back.
I cannot stick around too long because I have a very early morning
Yeah, I got to
to
depart.
get to.
Same.
All right. So
Yeah,
I don't
one
know.
last question though: will we stream any game tomorrow?
No.
Are we
I
going to tomorrow?
we will tomorrow, but we'll definitely do some games this
Oh.
week for sure.
Well, we'll try to get maybe Wednesday for.
I'm down to do Wednesday's game for sure. Maybe
Yeah, so
even
we'll see.
honestly, I would be too upset doing Tuesday's Stars game too.
Tuesday I can't. Got to bring my daughter to baseball.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
it's Tuesday for me. I'm not sure I can on Tuesday. Not sure.
We'll stay tuned, guys. Like, we love doing this. We'll definitely be doing the Stanley Cup final for sure. And obviously the Western and Eastern Conference finals. We'll be doing those as well. So, and we love your engagement. We love hearing from you guys. So, yeah, Rick, it's past Rick's bedtime.
Yeah, sorry. No, I got to get up really early.
And yeah, thank you guys very much for joining. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow, and on both Talking Habs and Don't Puck with Media. And don't forget to follow us on all of our social medias. We love you guys.
Yeah, and we'll see you. See you soon.
Have a good one, everyone.
Everybody. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Ciao, everybody.
Ciao.
See ya.